welcome back. Oh, wrong scene. Wrong scene. There we go. We're back. What's going on, everyone? Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Man United versus Chelsea, FA Cup, and I am nervous, bro. I am nervous. I can't even lie. Can't even lie. Proper nervous, bro. Really, really am. How you feeling day after beating City like that?
Talking about earlier, it's a weight off my shoulders today. I can relax, you know. Went out and got the job done. If I was 100% honest, I didn't even expect us really to go through, man, against Man City with the form that they've been showing and how they spanked us previously before this game. So no, I'm over the moon, mate. I'm over the moon. Obviously, we've got one more job to do and beat whoever we're facing in the final, one of you guys' game. So I'm good today. How are you feeling, apart from the nerves about the game? Are you confident? Are you know?
Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. A few people are saying there's no sound. Let me just go and check. There should be sound. There certainly is sound as far as I can see. Sound's going through. I think it's okay. I am nervous. There's no doubt about it. Like I'm going to predict us to beat them. I'm going to back us to beat Chelsea. But Chelsea are a good team, and I think for me, like Chelsea Football Club are a very good side. They've got players like Christian Pulisic, who I respect.
Yeah.
They've got, I'm not sure if I don't know the teams yet, but you've got likes of Kante that may play as an example.
Right.
I give a lot of stick to Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham, but let me just say this, and I mean this sincerely. The only thing I discredit them about is people that compare them to absolute Premier League legends. But I still think they're talented. Yeah. You give them opportunities, they can score against you, they can punish you. They've got some potent players. They've got Frank Lampard that gets them playing really good football as an example. So from my point of view, I am most certainly a little nervous. Sorry, mate, the teams have just been announced. We'll get the team news out because I know people care about that. We're going to do Chelsea first of all, see what this Chelsea team is saying. What we're saying, all right, Chelsea's team is, Willie in goal. So Kepa has been dropped for this game. James, Aspilicueta, Rudiger, Zuma at the back, Alonso. So it looks like they're playing three at the back with two fullbacks. And then in the middle, Jorginho, Kovacic, William, Giroud, Mount. Pulisic on the bench for this game. Abraham on the bench. They're certainly resting players. Champions League is taking a priority there. For Manchester United, De Gea in goal. One Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Bailly, Maguire, Williams. We've gone three at the back. And then Matic and Fred in the middle. James and Rashford up front with Bruno Fernandes. So Paul Pogba is on the bench. Greenwood and Martial on the bench. So both teams are going with three at the back, which is an interesting system. Both teams have dropped some key players for this. And I understand why, because I wonder if they'd have done that if they'd have known that Leicester were going to be... If Leicester had got beat up yesterday instead of today, maybe they'd play stronger teams. But...
Yeah, and let's just have it right. They've not lost the game yet. They're still in progress, even though they do have a massive mountain to climb. But I think that's a foregone conclusion. They'll probably lose this game.
Yeah. So I mean, if they come back from this Leicester, they almost deserve a top four place. But listen, both Man United and Chelsea dropping players. The great thing about that for both teams is look what you've got from the bench. Look at the potency you've got. Man United, Martial, Pogba, Igalo that can come off and change it. Chelsea have Abraham, Pulisic. So good teams from both. What do you make of the system? The three at the back, both going with it.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I like that little system with the fullbacks and that being able to bomb down the wings. So it depends, man, on how much you trust your centre backs as well. Like we've seen in our game the other day when Kolasinac made that mistake, so they're going to be put in compromising positions at times. So, are you comfortable with like Eric Bailly now? Is he performing? Like,
Eric, I'm fine with Eric Bailly as a player. My only issue with him always is staying fit. I don't have an issue with him in terms of the way he plays. Being surrounded by Lindelof and Maguire, I'm cool with. Williams at the back, again, I'm happy with that. In a 4-4-2, I'm not comfortable with Williams yet. Yeah. But in a five at the back, okay, this is what's interesting. Some people call it a five at the back, some people call it 3 3 at the back. It really depends. If you're attacking, it's 3 at the back. If you're
Yeah.
defending, it's 5.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
more comfortable with him in that position. My only concern today is no Paul Pogba, because he is just, barring one game, and that was the Southampton game, he has dictated the play and the pace. He's dominated the ball. He's been so brilliant from a deep lying position. Will Man United lose something when he isn't playing, and he cannot, but he can't be replaced anyway. There isn't a player that's.
There's no one really like him. Yeah.
No, so you have to just then make deal. But I'm happy with our team. We've got I've also got Greenwood on the bench, so we've got some serious winners on the bench, which
So this
is
kid
decent.
flourished under these new lockdown conditions. Do you think that's a lot to do with now no pressure of the crowd on his back to worry about? So he can just play with that freedom, like he's over at the Marshes. It's
I think that's a reference. Unless you're from the East End, you won't get the Hackney Marshes quote. But I think look, we don't.
I'm not saying he's got not got ability.
We won't.
He's got that.
What I would say about Greenwood is he looks the player now that he did before lockdown. The difference has been physical. I'll show you I'll find some pictures later of what he looked like in one of the last games before lockdown. In that 3-month period, the boy's clearly eaten a lot of meat, done a lot of weightlifting, because he is, and maybe it's like a just puberty thing. He had a shoot. You can see a broadness in him. I think he's become more of a man physically, and that's helping him. But Greenwood's always had that talent as an example. And then again, we look at the Martials and Rashfords. They were doing it before lockdown and injuries as an example.
Yeah, man, he's on fire.
But you're never going to know. This is the one thing about all these results. You know, maybe teams need, like I know a lot of Liverpool fans have said recently, it's maybe we need the crowd to get us up. Well, you were on a bad run of form before lockdown. Leicester fans might say, we need a crowd. Yeah, you were on a bad run of form since January, as an example. Have any teams come back from lockdown and look dramatically better than they were before it?
Yeah,
Not really. Not really.
So, it's a good point.
Lord Zola. By the way, if you want to get your super chats in, get your questions into us. We'll try and read out some member comments, but super chats 110%. Get done. Lord Zola, one of our members, here says, Terry, we've got top 4 in the bag as long as we United beat Leicester. Say that again? Because you're a Chelsea fan. You said we. I was confused. As long as United beat Leicester, come on United. I thought you were a Chelsea fan with Lord Zola as your name. Yeah, listen, if Man United beat West Ham, we'll go 3 points clear and have better goal difference, as it stands right now, than Leicester. That means they'd have to beat us on the final day of the season by 2 clear goals. It starts becoming really complicated, as an example. I
wouldn't say it was in the bag, but you're putting yourselves in a very strong position, and Leicester. Wheels are falling off.
I think as well, it also means today, both for United and Chelsea, it means both teams today can relax a little bit and enjoy the game. Because if Leicester if Leicester were winning 3-0 right now, there'd be maybe a little bit of pressure seeping into that dressing room around, next week's games against, Chelsea. Remember, Chelsea are playing. We were worried about, a lot of Chelsea fans were worried about their last 2 games. Well, Chelsea could lose their last 2 games and still make top 4, because I'm telling you, Leicester are losing today, and then Man United are going to beat them. So Leicester are not winning, so it doesn't matter anyway. And that would almost be kind of peak. Imagine Chelsea lose their last 2 Premier League games, but still make Champions League anyway. Madness, absolute madness.
The thing is, Chelsea did a lot more better than people predicted at the beginning of the season. I think they saw the transfer activity, which was pretty much non-existent, weren't it? Who did they buy? They got Pulisic from, was that in January? Did he buy him last January?
They bought him, but he didn't come until the summer.
So they put a lot of faith in the youth. The Mounts, the Abrahams, who nobody predicted was going to do this good, but they've smashed it. I think they've had decent seasons. Before obviously Abraham got injured, but Lampard's done well. He's done well, man. For him to get that team into the Champions League spot in the first season, decent, man. I don't think they can complain.
Do you know what? Again, it's like I said. I think Mason Mount and I think especially Tammy has done well. And this is the thing. I was saying the other day, you can be a good player, you can be a great player and still be overrated. And I use Van Dijk as an example in that. Van Dijk's arguably, but for me, the best centre-back in the world. When he becomes overrated is when I hear Liverpool fans tell me he's the greatest Premier League centre-back of all time. Woo! So suddenly he is the best in the world, but you can still overrate, what he's done and achieved. And I felt like Tammy and Mason were getting a bit of that. It was sort of like the new Drogba, and I'm like, whoa, slow down.
They start becoming a victim of their own success then.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously their own fans are going to hype them up, they're doing well. But yeah, you've got a long way to go to prove yourself anywhere near those levels. So, but it's a good start for them, man. I think Abraham will definitely crack on.
And the thing with it is, when you end up overrating, these players somewhat, I think you get into this kind of element where you guys saying the sound isn't making enough noise. Well, maybe we'll move a little bit closer, and that will help a bit. If we move a bit closer, I'll go this way a bit. There we go. Maybe that's a little bit better. Let us know if it is. But yeah, I kind of feel like when you overrate someone, the expectations go up. Someone said you overrated Rashford. Well, not really. Because Rashford's doing what I said he's going to do.
Dr. Rashford.
Yeah, and that's Dr. Rashford. Dr. Rashford. But yeah, like as I say, I did with these players what I said I was going to... Sorry, I rated Rashford at the level of... I think he can become a tier 1 Premier League player. And I stand by it in the sense of I think he can go on... I'm just upping some levels on this sound here. I feel like he can go out there and become a tier 1 Premier League player. And I'm talking, could finish his career and be in the same conversations as the Scholeses, the Gerrards, the Henrys, the Shearers. I think he could have that good a career.
He's got the potential, definitely.
And that's all said.
So, yeah, that's the only thing with these things. You just have to see how they play out, man. But the man's got a bag of ability. And he's performing on the pitch now.
And he's got 22 goals.
Consistent.
I mean, he's got 22 goals as a wide player, an inside forward. Now, everyone knows how much I rate. Everyone knows how much I rate the Manes and the Mo Salahs as an example. But at 22 years of age, were they doing that at the highest level in football? Like that amount of goals? It's a question. Maybe they did. Someone can show me. I'll bow down to that. Rashford's doing things at a massive level, and he's been doing it for a couple of years in the United team that wasn't like ready, wasn't perfect yet. And as Man United are getting better, so is his output. And he's 22. He's gonna the next 2 or 3 years are going to be the ones for him. As he hits like his mid-20s, you're going to see this boy come out, and he will be, like I've said for a while, he will score 20 plus goals in all competitions every season for the next 3 or 4 years with Man United, and then he. As an inside forward, it hasn't been done before, and he's gonna start doing things, or it's been done very rarely from players. And once you start doing that, as an attacking player, you're there, you're done. And I've always seen the ability. So to say I've overrated him is mad, because he's literally starting to do exactly what I said he was.
I'll play devil's advocate here and see what the haters might say. They say that maybe this current generation of Premier League footballers are not that good. The standards dropping. That's why maybe someone like Danny Ings can get 20 Premier League goals in the Southampton team. So,
and I get your devil's advocate, but then
so they might.
But we know that
Kevin. Like, oh, he's doing it now, but the league's poor now. The standards poor. Every team's inconsistent.
But Kevin Phillips did it in a Sunderland team. So this is the thing. It's for me. I'm happy. I'm happy to accept that the levels dropped. But that also means if you're going to...
I'm not saying it has.
I know you're playing devil's advocate. So I'm happy. I'm very, very happy for rival fans to say, well, Rashford's only doing it because the levels dropped. That's fine, but it also means then stop gassing your players too. Yeah. Because if Pulisic's the guy, it's also easier for him. It isn't like it's only Rashford that's playing on amateur level and everyone else is playing on legendary. We're all on the same playing where, the last 10 years the standards dropped. You guys are telling me that then that means that Eden Hazard can't have been the greatest winger in Premier League history if he played in that era. You can't, and that's where people's want to push down a top player for banter purposes or rival purposes. It's where they always get shot in the foot because it doesn't stack up against genuine scrutiny and logical thought. If the league's a lower, again, Liverpool fans, if the league's a lower level now, Van Dijk can never be. So if you're a Liverpool fan now that goes, yes, Rashford isn't that good because the standard's lower, then you can't ever call Van Dijk, you can't ever call this Liverpool team the greatest ever Premier League team because you're in a crap era, according to you, man. So what is it? Is Rashford really that good, or is it a bad era? If it's a bad era, what? You can't ever have a claim to being the greatest. That changes people. You know, we saw it with the Souness thing. Oh, yeah, Souness is a better player than Pogba because he won more domestic trophies. Okay, so we're never having the Gerrard Scholes debate again. Oh, well, no, that's different. Logic, bruv. Logic.
Very true.
Logic always destroys myth.
So now with the emergence of Greenwood, do you think Martial, Rashford and Greenwood can all coexist in this United team 110%. And all smash it?
Yeah, no, I do, because I think... I'm shutting all these damn windows down on this phone here. Look at the state. I can't believe how many I've got open on here. I think they can coexist. I think that Greenwood's another year or two away from playing 50 games a season. There's no doubt about it. Super chat here says, "How were your heads this morning, boys? Shots of vodka for every goal in the Chelsea United game."
Listen, I'm on hair of the dog, man. I thought I woke up dead this morning. Bad.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great free kick there by Damari Gray. But yeah, no, I think they can coexist, and I think if you add in Grealish and Sancho, that is a collective five that take up those positions. I'm over the moon with.
I think if you got in Sancho, I think someone's got to go really, because one of them is going to end up being bench boy. So arguably you could have Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood up front. Playing together consistently. Do you think Sancho then would be happy being bench boy? Definitely.
Well,
or could you fit the four of them in somehow?
We might fit for him. Let's see what Oli does. I'm not going to guess on that. But I'll stay true to my thoughts about other clubs doing it. I think with Greenwood's age, Rashford's age and Sancho's age, you can get away with what you've said there by rotating them in for 18 months. In that, if you come to a point in 18 months where you have an established three like Liverpool have got now, like United had with Terrace, Rooney, Ronaldo, then you might find one of them says, I'm willing to go. The one thing you have with Rashford and Greenwood, though, that's very, very different from Liverpool's current situation or Chelsea's great attacking lineups under Jose, where there was so much talent on the bench as well, is that we have two boys that are Manchester born and bred, Man United fans from the academy. So I think you've got more chance of... If we become a really good team again as well, you've got much more chance of keeping them at the club than one of them leaving. But if it's Sancho or Martial that's missing out, then of course, like Martial is sitting in 18 months is on the bench because Greenwood is just better than him. Martial will leave. I'm not deluded to that fact that we can keep them all forever. The only way it will work is they're all getting enough game times and minutes. But then playing all four of them's hard because you're going to take away from the midfield. And in a modern day game, a strong big midfield is in number-wise. It's very hard to play with two in midfield unless you play with three centre-backs. But then you can't fit the four in attacking anyway because you'd have wing-backs still. So it's not going to work. It could happen. But in the meantime, in the 18 months or so that will lead to that point, if we sign Sancho, I'm good. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it, man.
More talent the merrier, man.
Exactly, bro.
To be honest, we're kind of doing that with Lacazette and Aubameyang at the minute. They don't play together consistently. Someone has to miss out. A lot of the time it's Lacazette at the minute, but he's because he's got the nice relationship with a few of the players now. He's able to accept that and just for the greater causes for the team. So he wants to do what he can for the team.
Look at this comment here. See, Lord Zola, it says United had Tevez, Ronaldo, Rooney, Berbatov. Right, they did, but the Berbatov inclusion led to less game time for Tevez, which is one of the biggest reasons he didn't stay. So signing Berbatov, in some respects, happened 1 year too early, because we probably would have still won the league without Berbatov that season. What would have been right, if we then with Ronaldo leaving, Tevez would have played more, probably would have stayed. We would have kept Tevez the season after Ronaldo left and added Berbatov. Remember, we only missed out on the league that following year to Chelsea, going forward and bounce by 1 point. Carlos Tevez being in our team instead of Michael Owen and Obertan, in my opinion, would have generated at least one more point. Overtime, it's average. So, from my point of view, that's where we went wrong with it. different scenario. That Berbatov, Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo were all established players. None from our academy. Different. However, we had a year of them together, and then it fell away from there. We've never had an attacking group as good since then, and that was a decade and a bit ago. And we had Nani too. But no, well, see, this is what again. Let's go through the facts of what you're saying here. We did have Nani. That is very true. But Nani was about 19, 20 at the time. Welbeck, about 18, 19, 20 at the time. They weren't established first team players. So you're thinking of them as the grown-ups and the first team as they became. They weren't at that point then. Yeah. They just weren't. However, if we'd have kept Ronaldo and Tevez, trust me, Nani wouldn't have got anywhere near the game time he got, and Welbeck wouldn't have got into the first team. The only reason...
Nani was like the poor man's Ronaldo.
It was. Hair dry treatment in the house. How you doing, Soph? Hope you're well. It's your score predictions. Everyone get your score predictions in. We've got 20 minutes. We've got a little clock for you today as well. Do you know what time it is? Leicester are in... Oh, look at that. Good defending there by Tottenham. Get your score predictions in. I want to know what you're thinking and feeling in relation to that. But, listen, I always stand by my points on this. Always. Like, you can only have so many top quality players in your team and on the bench... And you're always going to create a situation in the end where some people on the bench are going to say, I've got to go. Yeah. But if they're academy players, it's different here. Look at these scores coming in. 3-2 Chelsea, 3-2-1 Chelsea.
Oh, there's a lot of... Chelsea.
Wayne here says 2-0 to Chelsea. 2-1 either way. 2-1 either way, Mo. That's a little bit of a cop-out.
Yeah. That is a cop-out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know why they're saying Chelsea though? They've got the FA Cup Don Giroud playing. He's starting, bro. This man is an assassin in the cup. You know? Are you scared of him?
Scared isn't the wrong word. I'm a fan of Olivier Giroud. I feel like
I always liked him, man.
I do. He can be a menace. He can be dangerous. There is that element. His hold up play is there is. I don't know if there's another striker in the Premier League whose hold up play is miles in front of him. There might be someone that's equal. He's just
one touch, not layoffs and stuff. World class at times. I think he definitely doesn't.
No doubt about it. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, do you know what he suffered with? He suffers at the hands of a lot of these good to very good players in the Arsenal and Man United eras we find ourselves in. He suffers because he wasn't good enough to score enough goals to ever make you champions again. But because you had nobody else that was good enough to do that around him, and you didn't have a good enough team, that your middle of the road players like a Giroud, who's good, he's never going to be a Bergkamp or an Henry. Because of that, they highlighted more. It's like at Man United with a Jesse Lingard. Now, by the way, Giroud is better than Jesse Lingard is at his position, respectively. But if Lingard was playing in a Fergie era, where he was a fringe player that came in every now and then, nobody would have cared. But we fell so far from grace, we had to rely on a man like him for 2 years, and it wound us up. Relying on an Olivier Giroud when you're Arsenal, or even a Chelsea, isn't good enough in the long term. Games like today, he can go out there and do a little madness. Tournament competition like the World Cup, for a particular role for 5-6 games, he can do the business. Over a 38-game season, I don't think he's good enough to do that. But certainly respect the guy. Super chat here from Michael says, I'm so nervous. I want this final and to beat you today so bad it hurts. I know we can do it. Come on. We can't lose to you 4 times in the season. That's my biggest fear.
Just that time, innit? That's what happened,
you know, the way I look at this, if you play a quiz, right? You're in a pub, on a quiz machine, and you don't know the answer. You go C. Oh, you've guessed it right. It comes out, C. Oh, I guessed it right again. Oh, I don't know this one. C. Oh my God. If the next time it comes around, even if you're sure it's C, it's like, well, it can't be C again. I'm not, it doesn't matter what the answer, I'm just not, it can't be the same one. And I feel like that a little bit here. I just feel like, I just feel like if Liverpool are the best team in the country, if we play Liverpool 4 times this season, I'd fancy us to beat them at least once. Even though they have been, for the majority of the season, head and shoulders above us. If we had 4 games, I would still go, we can do them once. But, it's that's what makes me nervous. Is this the one time we're going to come unstuck? And wouldn't it be ironic if this time round we actually played the better bloody football? It would be ironic.
You don't always get what you deserve, and it's like, you know, and especially when it comes to these knockout competitions, man. Like, there's no crowd today, so that's normally could have a big influence on the underdogs.
Yeah, Cameron Lowe here says law of averages. That's exactly my point.
Yeah,
it's those law of averages are what could damage United.
I wish someone
massively
would have told Chelsea that when they had the Drogba years, when they used to smash us every bloody season. Like, not today, bro. It should be the law of averages.
This comment here I love. Virgil says Terry is obsessed with Liverpool.
No.
I am obsessed with Liverpool. You're my rivals, my biggest rivals. And football without tribalism and obsession with one another's with rival clubs would make football very boring. So yes, I'm obsessed with you. I'll always be obsessed with you. Learn to deal with it. Thank you. We've got Wayne here that says I'm back to work tonight, so I won't be able to call in. Come on, you Blues. Fair play, Wayne. Appreciate your calls. Appreciate the super chats as well. Lots of Chelsea fans in these.
There's a lot, you know.
There's a hell of a lot.
Damn, I thought this was built off Man United fans.
Right, the last three. Just mad, right? My channel does well, but it's got what I call like football fans that really enjoy the game, in the sense of they like to mingle with fans from other clubs. The independent fan channels will always do better because you can go there for pure bias talk. I've actually spoken to people that have gone on fan channels and they've been like, I was told not to have certain opinions and to be more like, even if I think another team have got a great player, don't really say it, like play them down, wind them up. I had a friend that was paid by a betting company to do a video, and he said I had to sit there and slag off a legend of a certain club who I think is amazing, but it was like and that's all great and fun in its own space. But the football terrace, we're kind of like a community where we're kind of like what we're obsessed about is getting Chelsea, United, and then all the rivals that surround us all in one place to watch a game. But you've got to be really thick-skinned and really strong-minded. You've got to have that alpha still as a man or a woman to watch this channel. It's like our after-game show yesterday. We had a Liverpool fan that came on the other day after they lost, and he couldn't handle the fact that there was United and Chelsea fans on there bantering him. He was literally, he messaged me after the game and was like, "Bro, don't do that again. I just want to come on and speak to fellow fans. I don't want rivals bantering me." I'm like, see, we grew up in it. I think it's a London thing as well, you know, or an inner city thing, because we grew up in an environment in a school where there was 20 different teams that were supported. And that's what school was like. Everyone digging into each other. I think when you grow up in areas where everyone mainly supports one or two teams, I think maybe you become a bit sheltered from that banter. Like we are from like our generation are from the proper banter era, where you could say and do what you wanted, and it was just fun, you know. I really think that.
Their reputation's not on the line. You have to go out on your shield, representing your club, man. You can have a bit of fun with it, man, and just relax.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm surprised about that. It's a beautiful thing, though, to see all these Chelsea boys coming out. I like that. Big day for you boys.
Yeah, Don is here. Where's the fun if you can't banter your rivals?
That's the whole point of the game, man. It's like, you know, my club's better than your club. That's the whole point of this sport, you know?
Exactly, man. That's what it's about. But I get a lot of other YouTubers that have said to me, I like what you do, but I don't want it. I don't want to. One guy said, I don't want to interact with like nobody's. I'm like, what do you mean? He said to me, like, a lot of your like contributors that phone in are like, no one knows who they are, so I don't want to have them challenge me. One guy, the actual guy's words were, who are they to challenge my opinion? And I said to him there and then, you'll never be on the channel anyway now. And why? I said, well, because you are a very popular YouTuber, but you are just a football fan, bruv. And that's the one thing about you. That's the one thing about all of us in this YouTube space. We are purely football fans. My opinion is not worth more than your opinion or anybody else's. Just because I've got subscribers or more subscribers than you. I was shocked with it, bro. I was like, wow. Imagine saying that, bro.
You only interact with famous football fans, bro. Like, what?
For me, that's a madness. That's a madness. Like, I don't look at any one particular football fan and respect their. I respect some people's independent opinions more, but not them as a person. That's a madness, bro.
Yeah, man.
Madness, bro.
Oh well, everyone's entitled to their opinions, you know, and how they do business. So.
Yeah, this is true, and we don't really we don't throw any crap their way. We just crack. Like I just do what I do, and move forward with it. Like I'm not overly bothered by anybody else in relation to that, you know.
And you shouldn't be, man. You know. Yeah, man. But yes, I to be honest, I don't even know what I think the score's going to be today. Both teams can play exceptionally well on a day. You know, you guys are in some nice form. And obviously Chelsea can just turn up and just, you know, hand out a spanking every now and then.
Yeah, that's
So
that's
I'm like,
that's the bit that's nerve-wracking. Like,
I can't really call it either way, man. I'm just going to let, you know, see how it unfolds.
someone here says, this guy next to you is having the time of his life. I need some of you to realise this guy isn't just some random dude. Like, I've known Phil since I was a kid. Like, he's my actual friend.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, he didn't win a prize. He didn't win a prize.
Yeah.
My kids
He
call
just
him.
pick me up on the street and be like, "You want to be on TV today?"
My kids call him Uncle Phil. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's yeah.
Yeah, mate.
The guy was one of my best men at my wedding. Like, it's not, yeah. So cool. Just the guy said, not my bad. I didn't know that.
You don't know, you better get to know.
Yeah, man.
That's
cool.
all good. It's all good.
Cool.
Maybe he wanted to be one of, you know, pop in himself, you know. And
One of
just
my merry men.
Yeah.
One of my merry men.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
That's it. Oh, man, that's all
Yeah.
gravy. That is all gravy.
What's Terry asking me my score prediction? Damn.
Yeah, mate. Step up to the plate.
I am gonna go with 2-1 United. I'm gonna back my. I'm nervous about saying it. I'm gonna go with 2-1 United. Do you know? I'm not gonna get back away from my original gut feeling. My original gut a few weeks ago was Arsenal would beat City and we would beat Chelsea.
Yeah.
I bottled that in the build-up yesterday. I was like, no. Arsenal are gonna get done. I'm gonna stay with it now and say 2-1. I think we're gonna see. What I tweeted about Pogba Bruno. I think we might see a little bit of Rashi magic. Dr. Rashford doing his thing.
You know what? The man is playing like Thierry Henry-esque. You know, he just composed. The intelligence now I'm seeing from this man, it's next level now from Rashford, man. He's filling out his potential. So
mate, he's doing serious bits. You know? He's doing serious bits and like.
So what do you think? We've praised these guys long enough now. What do you think the weak areas are of your team? May be an issue for you today.
But today's interesting. I was going to say depth, but obviously today with the way we've started a slightly weaker team, it's like we've got depth on the bench now because 3 of our best players are on the bench. But as a general rule, in this starting lineup, Fred and Matic as a pair worry me. I don't really remember too many good games they had as a collective. That worries me as a collective in the middle. Williams is really talented, but like that's why I love Aaron Wan-Bissaka so much. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is the first child, in my eyes, defender that we've had, like young defender we've had, where I never feel nervous about him in a game.
Yeah. Young
defenders, as a general rule, always make me feel nervous because I feel it's a position that you grow into as you get older defending. It's more about reading of the game and anticipation and experience. That's why the AWBs and the Trents are so goddamn amazing because they're delivering at 18, 19, 20, 21 years of age. It's a madness in defense. Yeah. I didn't grow up seeing that. You saw attacking players doing it. Every now and then a midfielder. The defenders, you didn't really see them regularly until they were 22, 23. So Brandon Williams is a concern for me today. Fred and Matic in the middle is also a concern as well. As something I'm sitting here thinking about. Everything else, listen, everyone knows how comfortable I am with Harry Maguire. I think he's such a good player. I think he's had such a good season as well. And look, everyone does to him what I purposely did to KDB yesterday. I just focused on all the things he did wrong. And he's noticed how annoying it came after about 10 minutes. It's like, because all players make mistakes in all games nearly all the time. But we only, as a fan base, choose to focus on particular players who make mistakes. And when you do that, it makes you not enjoy their game. And I honestly mean that. If you sat there today and said, right, let's just look for every mistake that, let's just say, Rashford makes, I guarantee you, and that's a mistake in your opinion. Some are obvious when he misplaces a pass, but you could probably watch him make 25, 30 today. But if you did it to a different player every game, it'd nearly always be at that same level. So, they're my 2 worries and my concerns. When I look at Chelsea, I think from a defensive point of view, Alonso is an area we should target. So getting beyond Alonso, it will be interesting. because he does like to leave space open.
He does. He's a danger going forward, though.
He is, no doubt about it. Danger. But the thing is, but he's down AWB's side. Yeah. So I just don't fear anybody coming at AWB. I just don't worry. If man can if he can handle Raheem Sterling and Zaha and the like, I'm pretty comfortable with Alonso. And with Pulisic being on the scary bit with Chelsea today is that Pulisic's on the bench. So if Pulisic comes on after 70 minutes with fresh legs against AWB, is obviously going to be tired then. That's a concern and worry. But
who's down the other side? Are they starting Willian?
I think Williams start. I have to double check.
Yeah, have a little look, because a lot of people get on Williams' back. I don't watch a lot of Chelsea, but every time I watch a Chelsea game, that guy steps up. So, you know, he can't be that awful.
I like him. So,
like William.
Yeah. So they got. So this is what it says different. So it says that Chelsea are playing a 3-4-3, with Mount on the left, Williams on the right, and Giroud. Alonso and James giving flank. See, that's another area I want to see us attack hard. I want to see what we can do to Kovacic and Jorginho. I think they're a good partnership. But obviously, no Kante for me is always a benefit. I don't even think Kante's even on the bench. He's not even on the bench. He's out today, which is obviously good news to Man United.
Massive.
United's team seems to be a little different with, again, 3 at the back, but playing 4-1-2-2. So it looks like we're going to try and do the split forwards. Now, that could be dangerous for Chelsea, because we did it against Liverpool very, very well and tried to open them up. Now, they're playing with 3 centre-backs, but the idea will be for James, and this is where it could be dangerous for Chelsea. James and Rashford are going to try and spread out and split the defenders. Bruno will then be trying to make the runs through. My issue then is with Matic and Fred, who is playing the balls in. That's my concern with no Paul Pogba.
But I've got you.
Yeah,
you might just revert to flooding them wings then. Have it get down them channels. Because that's what frustratingly for being an Arsenal fan, that's what we've had to resort to. It's like we've got, even though Danny Ceballos had a good game the other day, majority of the time we're doing the wing play and we can't keep hold of the ball. So, and we're not so great at getting crosses in. So I don't like that, but we're not good enough to keep the ball and just play nice balls through the middle. So we'll see. We'll see how deep Chelsea sit today, and then what. Have to,
I also can't decide who's going to be the aggressor yet either. Because I would prefer. I'd like to counter attack. At the same time, Chelsea move the ball so well. I'm not comfortable with letting them just attack us. It's a risky strategy.
It is. It's a risky strategy. Risky. Because no one wants to invite pressure on. Not unless you've got a, for a fact your team hardly ever concedes goals. Interesting. We have a little potential chess battle today out there on the pitch. So I don't know. Well, obviously, I'm going to have to back Chelsea today, just for the sake of it. Because even though I want to see you guys in the final, I do want to play United in the final. That's a massive game. It feels so nice to be able to say that,
that's it.
Who are we going to play in the final?
I know, man.
Prove yourselves.
Like when we were having breakfast this morning, I was sitting. You were saying, I was like, I wish that I wish we won, but I wish we were the game yesterday, so I could sit back because I enjoyed yesterday. But when you're the second game in the semi-final weekend, you've always got the pressure. I couldn't even fully enjoy yours. Because mine hasn't happened yet. I need mine out the way so I can just sit back and relax and be like, alright, this is cool, I'm on this.
That's right. My phone's doing a madness, man. It keeps switching itself off. So what happens when you buy cheap stuff, Just you get what you pay for.
Boss, you get gassed easy. I don't know what he's talking about. Sometimes they're chatting to each other, and I have no idea what they're talking about.
Anyway, that's nothing to be ashamed of.
Jamie here says, "I'm looking forward to this." You should be looking forward to Jamie. This is FA Cup, mate. And what a group the semi-final. Like, I mean, Harry Kane's in for his hat trick here. That's been given offside.
The man's a menace, man. Man's a minute.
Do you think offside?
He is.
Oh, actually, the guy below. No, he looked at it.
Do you think Harry Kane is going to end up staying?
I'm not. Spurs had a few good results recently, but I ain't changing my mind on them just yet. Like, I think Harry Kane has to leave because I don't think that he's going to win anything, even with Jose Mourinho there. And I don't think a League Cup's enough for a player of his quality.
Yeah, no.
Do you know what I mean? 205 career goals in 5 years. Like, it's mad what he's done. He could, and he looks, when he first came back, he looked a bit ropey, but he looks fit again. And I just look at the sense now. I always wanted Kane at United, but I don't know if it's doable for many reasons. But Man City need a new striker, and he's better than... He's not as good as Aguero in his pomp, probably, for most people, but he's past his best now, and he's much better than Gabriel Jesus. And with the amount of chances that City create, if you have Harry Kane in the front of that goal, the amount of tap-in chances they create, Harry Cole scoring... I guarantee he can score 40 league goals in a season in a City team. And he can also ball as well, Harry Kane. People forget that he can play football.
Yeah, this is for sure. This is for sure. I love his little in the box. He's a master. Probably one of the best at just creating that tiny bit of space to enable him to, find that angle. Just, shimmy the defender out the way a tiny bit and then crack on. Yeah. I'm not going to give the man too much praise though, being an Arsenal fan, but I do admire him. A good striker. A very good striker. So, but to be honest, I don't think you need to be going down that route now with someone like a Kane. I think you've got how your front attack is looking now. It's very juicy.
I feel with Harry Kane as well. Harry Kane's a player I wanted to sign 3 years ago. Now I think he's at that point now. I think City would be a good destination for him. Go there, 5-year deal. He could probably win the league 2 or 3 times, win some trophies, score loads more goals, break Shearer's record, and leave.
Woo. Legend.
Like, Arsenal will win a major trophy again before Tottenham do, in my opinion. So Harry Kane's got to leave
for sure. I think that's a true statement right there, Terry. I'm happy. I'm definitely happy the direction our club's going in. We just need to learn how to start keeping hold of this ball now. Shape's right, the tactics are right, but just concentrate on ball retention.
Yeah. I get that.
It takes a bit of time. It takes a bit of time. There's a lot of, some couple fresh faces. We're bringing in a lot of youth. So, we shall see, man. We shall see. No thingies today from you. Des. I'm going to jump in the pool for any particular reason.
We'll let the viewers decide.
No, don't give them the choice, because you'll be in the pool.
But there's certain things have got to happen on donations, and then we do it. So, Talk MU here says, I see 3-0 United coming, Terry. Bruv, if we win 3-0 today, like, I had a little, like you sometimes sit there just daydreaming. I was like, I'd love to get a big result, 3 or 4 or 5. Just like one week, one that will live on in memory for footballing well, but. Yeah, man. Because someone said the ref is Mike Dean. Is he pro United? Well, you know my views on that, Lord Zola. I don't know enough about any referee to care. Because, by the way, if Man United win today, it's because we deserve to. If Chelsea win today, it's because they deserve to. If the referee gives Chelsea a penalty that I don't think that isn't the reason why we're not going to win. If it's 0-0 and they get it in the last minute, I see that's why. No, we had 90 minutes to score goals and we didn't. You can't. I'll give you an example. In boxing, in any kind of fighting sport, and I was taught this when I was training. I was doing a bit of full contact when I was younger, and every fighter said, if you let a decision go to the judges, you take control away. You have to knock your opponent out to guarantee a win. If you leave it down to the officials, you leave it down to the people that are officiating the game. They may make a mistake that costs you, but that isn't their fault. They haven't cost you the game. You have. And if you're a boxer and you don't box well enough to 12 rounds. But you still think you did just enough to win, and a judge disagrees, that's on you, not the judge. Your job is to spark the geezer out so that there's no official, the officials aren't even needed. So for me, you won't see me. I moan about decisions. If a player should be said, I'll say that's wrong, but you don't hear me say we lost because. If a Chelsea player needs a red card today and he didn't get it, what I do want from Chelsea fans who said that Harry Maguire should have been sent off in the last game between the two, I want you to maintain that momentum. If you don't maintain that momentum and that logic and that honesty, then your opinion don't count for anything in reverse. See, for me, I said it was a red card. I said it was a mistake, but it wasn't why we beat you. We beat you because we were better on the day. So there's a nuance between the two that I think is important to focus on. Super chat here from Blue, who says, whoever scores first will decide the outcome, agree or disagree. Wow, this one hit £200 in super chats for Phil to slap Terry's head. Alright, cool. If we raise £200, then Phil gets to slap me on the head.
You see that sport they got where they slap each other?
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
that guy knocked that guy out.
He's like that. He's like his guy's arms are gone still.
That could happen today.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not the face though. It's the money maker.
Yeah.
Just the head. Just the head. Give me a brain hemorrhage, but it's cool.
Yeah. Don't worry, if it's in the face and you get bruising, that's nothing a bit of,
makeup might fix.
Up,
yeah. There we go.
Beautiful, son.
There we go. So that's the bet. Cheers, by the way, KJ, for that, mate. I appreciate it. But no, as I say, like referees don't cost you games. You cost yourself the game. It's as simple as that. You can disagree with the decision, but you lose till you lose. Yeah. And I go back to that Chelsea game where we beat him in the league. Maguire could have been sent off for his challenge, but he wasn't. You then the other two decisions in that game, you pushed the player over in the lead up to a goal, so it was disallowed. The other one was offside. So there was only one contentious decision in that game. It wasn't like it was three, but people try and add them in to make it sound worse than it really is.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, for sure. I mean, the culture of football is, we all like to complain about something. So when something don't go your way, you're gonna start picking out these little things.
Exactly. By the way, everyone tuning in, we're live on Hot Mic right now. If you want to sync us live with your television to do this watch along with, all the information to download Hot Mic is in our description below. It's free of charge. There's no adverts. You synchronize it with your television or streaming device. You're in time with it. So as we're commentating on the game, there's no delay like you get on YouTube. It really supports the channel if you do that. As I say, all the information's inside the description below. Get Hot Mic downloaded. We're over there live now, actually. We're going to say hello to the boys over there. AP Gunners over there. Who else is over there? Brad. Hello, Brad. Hope you're well. Bless you, by the way, mate. Wayne Smith. Hello to you on Hot Mic. Narcs. There we go. Look at that. Get yourselves over there if you can. And what are we now? We're like 15 minutes away from kickoff as well.
Already?
Jeez. I know.
Woo.
I know. Feeling
Hell
them
yeah.
nerves.
That's
Feeling
it, man.
them
That's
nerves.
right.
Feeling
That's right.
them.
Yeah, hopefully it's a good game today as well. You always want a nice, exciting game in a cup final. We don't have the pleasure, or they don't have the pleasure of the crowd there. Adding to the atmosphere for them. But hopefully, just being in this semi-final is enough to gear up every player. As I said yesterday, you don't want to go in there with this Pochettino mentality. Like, these things don't mean nothing. They mean something. Yeah, these are trophies, accolades.
Proper.
Play for the badge, man. Yeah, I'm not going to get too emotional about that. The goddamn games.
The thing with it is, like, I'm happy that my team's pushing for a top four place this season because of what it gives us a chance of winning a major trophy next year. It does give us a chance for that. Yeah. I suppose the memories I have in my life about football, the best memories have all been winning trophies. So I'd always put trophies above that in the long term because that for me is proper history.
Exactly. No one remembers the nearly men. Although I do like to just say that how close we came to winning the Champions League that time. Oh, so upset, man. So angry.
I get that. I do get that.
Champions League nearly men,
That's probably the only blotch on Thierry Henry's Arsenal. Thierry Henry's performances in finals in general haven't been very good. If you look across his whole career, I don't think he's ever scored. I think he scored in a few semis, but he's never scored in a final.
I can't recall actually. I know what you mean.
It's mad, really, when you think the amount of goals he scored in so many other games and clutch games to not do in a final. It's a mad one. I was watching 99 relived, and I was watching back some old classic United games. And what I would say though, finals and semi-finals are important, but there are so many other clutch moments in seasons. So I went back and was watching all those games. And if you look at the running games that Man United had you go to the semi-finals, quarter-finals and beyond in the Champions League, quarter-finals and beyond in the FA Cup, and the last couple of Premier League games. the amount of players, Keane, Scholes, Beckham, Giggs, York, Cole, Sheringham, Solskjaer, they all in those games. If you just look at the semi-finals, finals, and the last game of the season, all our top players score goals. Across those games, they all did something in semi-finals and in those games. They all did something, which was just amazing. Like the amount of clutch players we had at that time. Lincoln, don't worry about timing people out, bruv. Just leave people's comments, mate. They're, whatever they are, just leave them, bruv. Honestly, leave them. They're fine. Just leave it, bruv. It was a madness, and it's not until you watch it back you realise. So I used to get all these people chat, David Beckham never scored in the final for Man United. I'm like, yeah, because other people stepped up. But he scored in so many. He scored equalisers in final days of the season. He scored opening goals in FA Cup semi-final replays. Like he had clutch moments. He created so many of the goals in those 5 or 6 crucial games at the end of the season, and that's what I want my team to get back to. I want to get to a point where one week it's Rashford who's the hero, and the next week it's Martial, the next week it's like every week everyone's doing well, but it's a different hero in each game. It fills me with so much more confidence that we can win things. Yeah,
it's weird how it never goes the opposite way around. So you have going back to Giroud, if he was to win you an FA Cup, he doesn't really get praised for that. Like he always turns up in finals. What a great player! Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you don't get that respect,
and it's
so
mad.
When it goes the opposite way. You think,
and that's what Drogba was so respected for. Drogba was respected more for what he did in big games. Like if you look at Drogba outside of big games, he was an average striker.
Yeah.
For me, like average elite.
Unless he's playing us.
Yeah, but that was in Drogba's heyday. Chelsea Arsenal was a big game because it was a proper. That was when Arsenal were at the peak of their powers. The kids watching won't remember that. Yeah. But if you look at his record against those teams, he was an average elite level striker. Yeah. But what elevated Drogba to legendary status in the EPL is what he did in the big games, what he did in semi-finals and finals. But then you have someone like an Henry. Harry Kane's a prime. Harry Kane's like the opposite so far to a Drogba, even though he's not been in teams that are as good. Harry Kane will score you so many goals through most games, but in like semi-finals and finals and some of the big matches he's been in, hasn't quite happened for him. Now I don't know whether that's him or the team or a collective, but they're almost like the complete opposites of each other.
Yeah, and I suppose we don't really know how much of an influence these top players have on their teammates as well going into these games. Certain players can really G up the team and get them to perform. So it's like, regardless if they're having a bad game or not in this final, if they're responsible for the team getting up for it and going out there and,
getting the job done.
Yeah. So sometimes there's two sides to that coin, man. But that's why no one could ever discredit Henry for not,
No, and I'm not. And the thing is, I'm not discrediting
so much more his winning mentality.
And I'm not discrediting Henry for finals, and I'm not discrediting Drogba for his overall goal scoring record outside of big games. And that's what I mean. I've done it, but I bet if you went and looked at Drogba's goal scoring record outside of like top 4, top 5 team clashes and semi-finals and finals, I bet you go, bloody hell, is that what he did this season? Yeah. But he made up for it by being the main guy at the most pivotal moments. And I think you need what top teams need are both. You need players. You need either a guy that can do both, or you need 4 or 5 players that can do it. And what United had in the 99, as an example, is we had 6 or 7 clutch players. That every game, almost, we did lose games. We lost 4 games that season. Most games, one of them would turn up. And it made us a very potent team, and I think that's where I want to get back to. And I feel like United are building that at the minute. When you think about Rashford, Martial, Bruno, Pogba, Greenwood, that's like 5, 6. They can all win you games.
Oh yeah, 100%. And you know what's going to happen today is you've been bigging this man up so much. This Bruno. He's going to have a stinker today. You watch him have a De Bruyne performance from yesterday.
Yeah, do you know what, man? Like, he yesterday, De Bruyne, and I was only pointing it out for a bubble, but then it's like, my God, there's so many misplaced passes.
Awful performance. I was happy, obviously. It went in our favour. But yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting. Jesus.
Yeah. Do you know what's bad? Rashford still ain't had that haircut.
He ain't got time for a trim brow. Man's on form.
Do you know, it reminds me
priorities.
Of like he hasn't had a haircut yet. It reminds me, you see a boxer, like, they go through their whole training camp and they come out and they're like Hair's out of here, beard's all messed up because all they've done is train. They haven't thought about anything other than that.
Yeah. Dillian White does that a lot of the time. You see him looking rough.
I don't care about all that.
Yeah, but I didn't realise for a long time that a lot of boxers, not only do they do like say a 3-month camp, but it's like a 3-month camp where they live like a monk in a hotel room somewhere. Don't see family, don't do anything. It's serious stuff.
That's crazy, isn't it?
But that, I suppose the different, as you say, that's a one-on-one sport where you're gonna be sparked out cold if it goes wrong.
But I don't think UFC fighters do the same thing in their training camps, or do they?
I don't know. I don't think it's every boxer that does that. I suppose it's horses for courses where some people just do you know what a lot of it will end up coming down to? A lot of it could probably end up becoming superstitious. Like if let's say you go for a training camp, you don't get the beard cut, you don't see any friends, you only see family at weekends. You don't get the beard cut, you don't get a haircut, you live on your own for the whole time. If you go and have a good performance, sports people are generally superstitious, so you want to do the same again. You know, if you suddenly changed it and got a haircut and did this, and then got beat, you'd be like, it's because I got a haircut, it's because I did this.
Yeah.
You know, it becomes almost a habit. And Gary Neville speaks about it in his book, how he did the same thing. So if the match day was on Saturday, from Thursday onwards, his rituals were the same. He had his Wednesday game, that he had a ritual. What he would do the second night before, the night before, what he would eat would be the same every single time. What he put in his bag would be the same. He'd go to bed at the same time, get up because he wanted to get his body and his mind into a pattern.
Yeah.
And even when they lost, he goes, I'm not going to fall out of it. And I don't know how many stars do it, but I wonder if you look at the absolute elite of the elite, how close to that they stay.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. And that'd be interesting to find that out. Because, a lot of these top athletes, you know, it's like Beckham, for instance, to achieve that level of greatness, like he knew what his job was. The man was always practicing his free kicks, you know, always practicing the ball delivery, because he wanted to keep that level of, you know, greatness that he had. So,
no, I agree.
I would imagine there's a lot of fighters that do the same, you know.
No, have to. Simply have to.
Mike Tyson's was, he used to get up to do the 4 a.m. run. 2,000 squats a day, I think. 2,000 squats.
Yes, mad. But that whole running thing was all predicated around, I'm going to be out running when I know my opponent is asleep in bed. And it's a mentality thing, you know.
That's right.
It's a mentality thing. And I've always had that in my work career. I know that I'm out doing meetings, out networking, out furthering myself when I know. I used to have friends in my own team. I knew they were out. It was like there'd be networking events on, and they'd be at boozing with like work colleagues having fun, and I'm at networking events, bored out my brain, but knowing that this is going to generate opportunities for me to outperform in business. And I think that's what it's about sometimes. Interesting one today though for Chelsea though, changing the goalkeeper.
I know.
Didn't even think about that yet, but changing the goalkeeper is a mad decision.
What's going on? Is that who they've been playing in the cups though?
I think so. But I think a lot of Chelsea fans would be happy with it because none of them are particularly happy with Kepa anyway.
Yeah.
So it isn't like they're all like, most Chelsea fans I follow on socials, every team sheet that comes out where Kepa is there.
You remember when he mugged off Sarri? Refused to come off.
Oh, mate. For me, that was one of the most disrespectful. One of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in my life. I got angry and I ain't even no Chelsea fan. I was like, no, you can't even do that. You can't do it. But listen, get your score predictions in right now, ladies and gentlemen. Please download Hot Mic from within the description below. If you're not a subscriber of the Football Terrace, please do that right now. Game's going to be going live in literally 1.5 minutes time. Please share this stream though on your social media platforms for us. Really does support the Football Terrace. And we will be going live as soon as the game finishes here on the Football Terrace, taking your phone calls, getting your live reaction. And I don't know, in a couple of hours' time, I'm either going to be a very happy man or a very angry one. A very angry one, indeed. We'll try and go through as many comments as we can when we're live. We always prioritise Super Chat, so we have to remain respectful to the people that pay for these comments. So if you put a Super Chat in, we will read that out no matter what. Members will get to as many as possible. There we go. But team news, they're showing the teams. Oh, my days. My days, I am nervous.
Yeah, mate.
I am nervous.
Good. It's nice to be nervous, you know, because it's like, it's an exciting sport, so, you know. let's just hope. What I want to see is the game get killed off too early. Either way, like, you know, it's. I don't want to see a silly mistake made early, and then you go 1-0 down, 2-0 down after 20 minutes, and then it's just like a bore. No, we don't want that for the neutrals.
Yeah, from my point of view, I'd love Chelsea to have 3 players sent off in 10 minutes.
You would love that,
and free penalties that we score.
Of course.
It's one of those mad things, right? It's about gambling, isn't it? In a sense of, I would love to score play really well, but score a last minute winner. That's the most exciting moment. However, you don't want to take the risk. It's a big gamble. They could do it. If you go 4-0 up in the opening 25 minutes, you can just sit back and chill for the rest of the game, but you don't get the same excitement. It's again, so for me, it's that. But it's going to be a close game, whatever happens today, because Chelsea are a good team. Lampard's got them playing good football. They've got talented players that are starting and off the bench. There's no disrespect there. I am proper nervous now. Yeah, mate. Proper.
A couple of names though that I haven't seen play much, and that's James for Chelsea. I don't know where
he's talented. James is definitely talented.
Decent.
But like, just as people say, just young. That's it. Just young. Nico here says, why are Arsenal fans going on like they won the league and Champions League in one season? They're still a dead team.
Trophies, bruv. That's why we're carrying on, you know? Trophies.
Show support.
Jeez. That's why, as I was saying on the stream yesterday, it's when you're.
There we go.
When it all comes down to it, how many trophies does your team have?
Yeah,
it's
man.
like, that's what people are gonna. You know,
that was one of the biggest things at school that you did for like comparisons. Every year, I don't know why we did it every year. But you get your Merlin sticker book out, and you go, look, my team's got 38 in total. Your team's got 12. You rub it. That's what it was like.
Right.
But I do think as well, though, that's an inner city. I get like the 2 Manchester clubs to do that with each other, but I do feel like it's an inner city thing.
Maybe you're right there. Maybe
because we were at school. It's like multiple teams were supported.
Yeah.
That'd be easy for Willie. Rashid! Yeah, so I think because we were at school with Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, West Ham United, Liverpool, we had a lot of Newcastle. We had Newcastle growing up because they were decent. There was a bit of Blackburn thrown in. You add all that together, and then you get a QPR, you get an Orient, you get whatever. You throw that all into a mix. Football banter at school in London, and I'm sure it was the same in some other big cities, was a madness. But I think London had it better than anywhere else because we weren't a 1 or 2 team city.
No, I get you. So you live somewhere like Stoke-on-Trent.
You're not going to get it. And that's also why they don't understand why wouldn't you support your local team? Well, I get you do have local teams here, but London, like, you can live in one part. I have friends you can live in certain parts of London where there's 3 big teams that can be considered local. It's like, well, I don't feel an affinity to any. Do you know what I mean? Plus, it depends what your parents are like. We were quite lucky. Both our dads just let us pick who we want.
Yeah.
Like if our dads forced us, you'd be West Ham, I'd be Tottenham. But they didn't. Don't question Mourinho's love for Man United again, Terry. He just put us into the top 4.
Yeah, boy.
That's a lovely pass. Nice Williams. Oh, I love it. He's a battler, Williams. His cousin is a professional boxer.
Is he?
I can't remember his cousin's name, but his cousin's like a mixed race.
He looks like he's been in the fight himself.
He clashed his head in a couple of games ago.
Did he?
But yeah, his cousin is a mixed race guy. Can't remember his name. He's a pro boxer, but you can just tell that his family. You can just tell they're all just a little tough. They're all a bit tough, proper mates.
They're like a little scratch.
Like a little scratch.
Nice.
Yeah, if Tottenham would have scored one more goal against Leicester, then United would have gone up into the 4th without even kicking the ball. But we're level on points now with a game in hand. Just got to beat West Ham. But we'll focus on that another day. Right now, right. FA Cup, baby. FA Cup, baby.
Started a little bit scrappy, but, you know, you can expect that while we wait for the game to settle down, the nerves to settle down. I didn't notice the outfits either today. So what's Solskjaer wearing?
Solskjaer's in a suit, bruv. Suit, bruv. Suit.
That's how you do it.
Even if you lose, at least you do it with dignity. You don't do it looking like Pep Guardiola lost an FA Cup semi-final after dominating the play, and he was dressed like Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not a thing, bruv. You can't do that.
Vagabond.
It's a madness.
It is a madness.
I think Lampard might be in a tracksuit. And that's cool. Because if club tracksuit's cool, you're in your club tracksuit. But you don't come like you're dressed like you've just been Weatherspoons for an afternoon.
That's right.
That's a foul, referee.
Man United have, you know, packed out, haven't they? They're quite not going to give Chelsea much room to breathe by the looks of it.
Yeah, Chelsea will dominate the ball in my opinion.
You think you're going to set up counter attack then?
We tend to against the bigger teams.
Yeah.
But there's always the element of, I think, where Chelsea would want to play the same again, because I think a lot of Chelsea fans and even the club probably think, we've outplayed United on 3 occasions this season and been beat on the counter. We just want to stick to our game because it will come good.
Yeah.
We will come good against them at some point, and I think that's what they care about more than anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Bruno
That was a sloppy
to Rashid,
mistake
back to
there.
Bruno. No one to pass to though.
Ooh.
I get really annoyed when exceedingly fast players get caught offside.
Yeah.
I feel like
No excuse,
you
man.
can purposely hold your run back because you can outrun nearly everybody.
That's right.
You've got no need. If you're a little, if Harry Maguire's running through on goal, I expect him to try and get a head start.
Yeah.
All right, because that's right. The man runs through quicksand in concrete boots when it comes to sprinting.
Jeez. Quick things.
Oh my god, I can't even sit still.
Yeah, mate. Well, I'm not going to sit still right now.
Williams'
I'm gonna
boots
go
as
now.
well, black. I love a pair of black
Come
boots.
for action. Right, I'm going to grab a beverage.
Grab us one, brother.
One, yeah.
Grab us one, brother.
Whoop. Help calm you down, sir.
Absolutely. Well, hope so. Hope so. By the way, everyone, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the retweet button for us. Download Hot Mics right about now. Nice covering there by Victor. I haven't really got hold of the ball very much yet. It's been a nice positive start from Chelsea. That's lovely by Fred. Fred! Past the Fred! Then he passed it. That was beautiful.
Did you say Pastor Fred?
Yeah, he's past the Fred, bruv.
I like
Past the Fred.
that. I love that.
But that's a double-edged comment, because sometimes you might just shout literally past the Fred. And then,
Yeah.
see, it's a play on words. Nice bit of skill there from them. Oh, sorry, bruv, I forgot about you.
No, that's alright. You're nervous, so I'll let that slide. I remember when you guys were struggling and you were playing dog
Cheers.
crack football. Cheers, mate. And I can't remember what the commentator said, but he said United were playing so awful that Fred even managed threatened to do a forward pass. I was
Yeah, well, it was so bad. I remember one time drinking though, when we lived on Ashfield Road in Leytonstone. And I can't remember what game it was, but Man United were playing, and I was just nervous about it. It could have been the Champions League final. And I drunk a lot. But I was so nervous that the alcohol didn't have an impact on me. But about 20 minutes after the game ended, it hit me. Honestly, it was like being hit. It was like walking into closed patio doors, like bonk.
Yeah.
I just remember hit me, and then I was finished.
Yeah.
There's that other time, remember when I ate that cake when we were in the house in Forest Gate? Next door gave us a cake.
I ate it as well, bro.
Right. Now that was, full disclosure,
Damn.
we had no idea what that was.
Damn.
They just, next door gave us some cakes. Old couple as well. They weren't like,
That's why it was so weird.
they were an old couple. They were like in their 50s or whatever. And they were like, you guys, we're chatting to them, oh, you guys want some cake? They were sitting there going, eating it. And I didn't realise you were meant to just, because I don't do that stuff, I didn't realise you were meant to just slowly nibble on those things. Instead, I ate it like it was a normal cake. And I was done. I was off work for 4 days.
I was off for 2 days.
I was finished.
Done.
Finished.
Man like Bailey, so comfortable he doesn't want to play with his football boots on anymore.
Do you remember that cartoon with the kids? That cartoon where they were like a football team, but they're kind of special players, and one of the players played barefooted. Oh my! I can't remember what it was called. It was a football
I
cartoon.
can't remember that.
Yeah, no, every player was from a different country around the world or part of the world. Oh, lovely. Dan James, can he cross? Ooh.
No, I don't remember that one, but I'm sure if you remember the name, I definitely must have come across it.
Oh, I'll have to look for it. Oh, that's lovely. Go on, Victor Lindelof. Victor Lindelof!
Jeez. Uncharted territories.
Oh, Fred, man. He gives a foul away. That's what was frustrating with that there, because that ball hits Fred. It ain't meant for Fred. Fred just gets his leg out of the way, it runs through to AWB, and he's in a good position.
That's it. Should have done something great. Alright, that's alright.
Going on a date. I watched that Professor the other week. I ain't seen it in years, bruv. Again, probably another show that could never be made again now.
Yeah. For so many reasons. It's not them things. Ay. I don't know.
Yeah, Reece James is very talented. Good defensively. He can cross. He can cross very well.
Yeah.
Very, very well.
Right then, yeah.
Especially with Olivier Giroud in the middle.
Oh man, well that's it. That's what you think they're going to be opting for, Chelsea. Get Willian and even Alonso can whip in a nice ball.
Yeah.
But that won't happen today, obviously, because you think that Aaron's going to have him.
No, he'll get the ball in the box. He'll get the ball in the box. Like,
you said he's no entry down that side.
no, I mean, I don't think he's going to twine him up, get past him loads, expose him a lot.
No.
Oh, referee, went away! Jesus, ref! Wait, Matic's way. A few people say I'm slightly behind. That's why you should be downloading Hot Mic.
Oh, what a shot from James.
If you download Hot Mic, you can sync it with your television so we're in time. There's always going to be a delay on YouTube by 40 to 50 seconds because we stream here and it goes up to the satellites and gets re-beamed out and then it gets processed and sent out to you. So it'll always be behind. Hot Mic, you can sync it with your television. Or, if you want to sync it with YouTube, just pause your TV for however far we're behind and get play again and we're in time. Like that's, and you'll know how far behind you are because we've got the clock on the screen.
Booyah.
And that shows how far behind our clock is actually, because that time is taken directly from the internet. And that's a nice dummy there by Bruno. James, not good enough.
No. Do you think that James is going to be someone that's going to be suffer?
I think James next season, if we bring in a Grealish and a Sancho, James next season will go into the position we bought him to play in.
Yeah.
And that's the bit part, fringe.
Yeah.
He's played too many games this year. He isn't good enough for the amount of games he's had to play this year. I think it's actually damaged him playing that much.
I see.
But I think he's got the work ethic, because the one thing that was spoken about Dan James is how hard he works and how hard he pushes his teammates and how hard he fights to get better.
Yeah.
I just think he had the added pressure of suddenly having to be this star that I don't think he was brought in to be.
Yeah.
So I think it might benefit him to play that kind of role for a year or so. But if I'm being honest with you, I want all these players to make it to the highest level, of course, because if they do that, United will be better. But I also don't care if some don't, because we're progressing as a team.
Yeah.
If we're progressing as a team, I don't care who falls away. Like,
That's
for
it at
me,
the end of the
like,
day.
when David Beckham left, everyone knew what I was like as a kid, loving David Beckham. But when Beckham left, I went, okay, I'm a Man United fan now. I moved on instantly.
That's right. It's the badge, man.
I still check for like players I love and respect. I still check how they get on. Like for 10 years now, I've checked how Cristiano Ronaldo's results have gone. You know, I always like to check on players that I had a nice sort of connection to.
Yeah,
but I have no care about what their new team does. Oh, babe, man, what are you doing, bruv?
Jeez.
Got away with that. Like for me, it's all just about my team. And if we make all those signings and it's Rashford that misses out and he becomes a bench guy and he falls away a bit and in 2 years he leaves, but we're killing it and winning things, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I literally don't care. You know,
Show goes on.
Look all the players that left Arsenal and won things.
Yeah.
If you were still winning things though, no one would care.
No.
It's only because you stopped. People were going all around the world winning major trophies that people were like, oh, this is terrible, we're selling our best players, rare. So for me, I never worry about those things. For me, it's, oh, Matic!
Oh, that was sloppy.
Poor!
Caught sleeping in the middle of the park.
Bruno, lovely. That's what I like about Bruno as well. He'll get involved defensively like that.
Getting involved.
And I think
that's
that's...
what I want to see, man.
Do you know what's mad about him? That's probably been the hindrance of an Ozil, that he isn't that kind of player, and that's not his fault.
Yeah.
But when your team's been going through the mire and you need someone to put in a few gritty tackles, you don't want to do it.
Yeah,
and it winds and whether people like it or not, it winds people up. And I'm sure it winds people up. It isn't one of these kind of, oh, we're English football fans, we've got an unsophisticated palate. I think if you go across the board, you know, look how sophisticated the Italians are with football. But they love a Gattuso.
Yes, they do.
So it's...
But that kind of reputation of being dirty for a lot of years, football, in Italy.
Mate,
dark arts.
You've got to remember, in the context, I remember Ruud Gullit talking about diving, saying in Holland especially, and so I think he said Italy as well, but I know he mentioned Holland specifically, that diving or simulation is seen as you're credited for it.
Yeah.
So it's like
Trickery.
There's all these elements in football, which again, it depends culturally with your culture of football what you agree with. And for me, I like a player that likes to get stuck in, not all the time.
Yeah.
I don't want someone who punch. I don't want. Oh, it's a lovely pass by Fred.
Nice
Bruno.
pass.
See, but the easy ball was out to AWB. He's looking for the pass inside to set a goal up all the time. So it's frustrating because you lose possession, but the likelihood is in a game he'll pull at least 2 off.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Maybe you got to go down them wings today, man, and just see what joy you can get, because the middle is extremely congested. It's going to be hard to pull them passes off.
This game actually, when you think about it, this could be decided by the timing and quality of the substitutions because of the quality both teams have on the bench.
This is true.
And with 5 subs being allowed as well, like one thing I like about 5 subs, it's unfair on the smaller teams, but when it comes to the big clashes, it gives it a whole new. You can change half your outfield team in a game.
Exactly.
It's unprecedented. We've never seen it. You can be
right.
almost dead and buried on your feet. You know, the time you've seen your team play and they look finished. Oh, we're in trouble there. William, I'm glad he overrated, but Reece James can cross from there. He cuts it back. Aspie.
Giroud just struggled to get to that, but Chelsea win it back. It's coming, man. They're going to start knocking on the door. Oh, good cross.
That was a
that,
great
Alonso?
cross. See, this is where Chelsea can be dangerous because when you have Aspie pushing up as well, as it like almost like an overlapping centre back because he's in a free. He plays right back, so he can cross from there. So you've got Willian, Ashby, and James that can all cross from that side very, very well. And that's how good that cross is. He should score that.
Yeah.
That should be on target.
Because
AWB can't get to that. It's too high for it. It's perfect. Oh, that was a great chance for Chelsea.
Jeez. Yeah. No, you're right. Down that right there, they could cause a lot of problems.
I
man.
hate these kind of goal kicks, bruv. I hate these goal kicks. Everyone does them now,
Mate,
and all they do is make me nervous.
Yeah, exactly. All you're doing is increasing the percentage of the mistake possibility. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, that's why I hate when Arsenal do it, especially because we know a lot of these players are shit from playing from the back.
The thing is, it's like everyone wants to be a FIFA player now, and I get his tactics, and I understand it, and it's more because though I think we don't have target men anymore. There's no one really that you can go long to who's going to hold the fucking ball up.
That's the thing, isn't it? And it's like, it defeats the object if you can't pass the ball anyway. Like, if you're going to lose it, like you were saying with the 10-second thing, if you're going to lose it within 10 seconds, you should have just kicked it long from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they take free passes and then they go long. It's like, oh, okay, that was worth it, wasn't it?
I mean, exactly.
Rashi, I like Rashi cutting them angles off there. That's nice, Bailey. I still like people that call him Bailey. You know, but the thing is, I heard Bruno Fernandes doing an interview the other day, and somebody asked him, "How do you pronounce your name?" And he said Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
So he didn't say there's no Des on the end.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, are we saying it wrong?"
Yeah.
Like Bruce Grobbelaar, I remember watching him talk in the 90s after he retired, and he said that for his whole footballing career, the English fans and the media have said his name wrong. It was never Bruce Grobbelaar, it was Grobbelaar. But like that's pronunciation. You get that a lot. It's like you've got Upper Meccano. I now started calling it Upper Meccano. But I was chatting to a guy the other day that said, no, it's definitely Upamecano. And I'm like,
okay.
See, that's where I get confused. I'm like, well, the guy's got to come out and say it himself because, you know.
As long as people know who you're talking about, you know, it's cool.
There's a couple of really cockney Arsenal fans. They're really good guys. Fred, man, what was that pass? Really good guys. But they call Aubameyang, they call him a boomerang and Abominang. And it's just you're like, come on, he's been there like 18 months now. You know what his name is by now.
Exactly.
I get the first time you read it. If you're like me, you're dyslexic or you're not overtly educated, you might be like, I don't know how to say it, but ask.
Exactly. That's it, bro.
And there's lots of good apps now that can help you with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's it. No excuses this day and age. Right, so nearly 20 minutes. United haven't really created
anything.
They've
had that header, and Chelsea have had that header.
Chelsea have had
It's been a slow start really for both teams.
It's been a bit,
They are moving the ball well. I had this horrible feeling for a second that was going to swerve back into the goal. Can you imagine?
When you imagine that, that would have been a hell of a goal.
Like, you know, when a golfer hits the ball and it bounces, it goes backwards. Like, they have the backspin on it.
Yeah.
That's some party trick.
Is it coming on already?
Ooh. Maybe.
He's going for a piss.
Yeah.
He's going to the toilet. Oh, is he coming on? Oh, no, but Bruno Fernandes got a little injury early. Maybe Bruno Fernandes is coming off injured.
Oh, man.
Don't know. You never quite know.
Yeah, that's
You never quite know. But I think he might just be going to the bathroom.
Yeah, man.
I was like, oh, what's happening? I'd love him to have a mic. Yeah, let's go for a piss, everyone. Then I'll calm down. Cheers, thank you. She's having a wee.
Chill out, chill out.
I'm all good.
Yes, we did see that yesterday.
Possession is not always key.
Brother, I remember, I've said it so many times to people. I remember under LVG, going through these torrid times, and I'd watch us play games where we had the ball. But my feeling about the game the whole way through is we've been dominated. And I was like, no, we had 80%, we had this, we had that. Yeah, but they let us.
Exactly.
They weren't overly trying to stop us have the ball. It isn't you're dominating possession when they're not challenging you for the ball and they're just trying to counter you because they know it's going to work. I'm not saying that's going to happen today, but it's like there's got to be a good mixture. It's a nice cross again by Aspie.
It's that old boxing term, innit? Or the rope-a-dope.
Yeah.
Like, you invite it on, and then you know there's going to be gaps you can exploit after a while, and you can counter.
And it can also become psychologically damaging for a team to have a lot of the ball, keep trying, and not create anything, or every final ball not come off. It almost becomes, that was such a dive by Maguire. You know, me and you were chatting, we all have a go at strikers. We always have got strikers for diving, but I know Giroud's a big man. But Maguire's one of the biggest players in the league, and it is a nudge in the back. That is a foul. But
He knows what he's about to do.
But all players do it.
But
But that's like I've said so many times though, watching football. We only care when it's certain players in certain positions that dive. We don't give a damn about defender. Oh, that's a foul. I see when I look at Chelsea playing like this, I can smell fire and it makes me really nervous.
Yeah.
Somehow is it.
I hope not, sir.
I think it's coming from outside.
Yeah, someone's doing something. But I kind of always feel like, I don't know what we're saying now. Chelsea, I get why Chelsea fans think why signing better players is going to make them a much, much better team. Because of how much of the ball they dominate. Oh, Mason Mount's here.
Oh,
Good block there by Maguire. But I get where they're coming from. You can kind of imagine if you threw a team of Werner and a Ziyech and a few other top players into this, Chelsea could be a threat.
Yeah. And I don't know what the situation is with their owner, Abramovich, and the funds available.
Mate, it looks like they're relaxing FFP though. And if they're relaxing then the Chelsea's can go and do a madness because it means he can then just pump his own cash in again. Yeah. And the income don't mean nothing. Like, it depends how much they relax it by or how long it's, or what the rulings are. But
yeah. It'd be interesting to see how, now there are obviously other big players in the league financially. It'd be interesting to see how willing he is to just exaggerate these, purchases.
And that's a nice cross again. Well defending Maguire. But I would love to get in the ear though with some of these coaches. And talk to them about possession versus non-possession based football, especially in the modern era where we see it a lot around. Could you play like Chelsea are playing if you wanted to? Is it a conscious choice to let this happen? Or is it more, this is looking dangerous now, this is getting on top, they're going to score in a minute. Like Chelsea are going to score in a minute, it's just, the pressure's becoming a bit too much.
You might hit them with the old rope-a-dope though, sir. So
I don't know. Chelsea are they're really turning the screw right now.
Fernandez is done, is he?
Why has no foul been given? Been hitting the balls.
Oh,
But why has no foul been given? Man can't get hit in the balls and not be fouled because he kicked the ball. Oh! He got kicked in. He literally got kicked in the nads. Studied. That's still late in a high boot though.
Yeah.
That's late in a high boot. I mean, if you catch a man in the balls, that's the definition of, well, it's a low blow, but it's too high.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying it was on purpose, but you can't just do that.
Yeah.
Drinks break. We needed that. Do you know, again, drinks breaks also change in football. Because United are under the cosh. For us now, this is a great moment to regroup, catch our breath, go, okay, let's go back again.
That's right.
It's like natural time wasting.
Yeah. 100% there. And this definitely will not continue when the game gets back to normal.
unless we lived in like a really hot country, there'd be no excuse to keep that.
Yeah. Stop saying, Terry, stop it. Stop instigating a red.
I'm not instigating a red. I'm saying though, I don't. That's what. This is where we as fans are all. Even though I know a little bit about the law of the game, we're all undereducated in the sense of why is that not considered dangerous when he's kicked a man in the balls by mistake? But yet, if I go in for a tackle and get him in his kneecap, I'm sent off for it. In the same kind of tackle, if it was the kneecap or the shoulder or anywhere, but even the balls, it's an accident. I don't know. Maybe they feel. I don't know. I would love to understand the thought process behind it, as opposed to say is a red, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Like Aspie's tried to win the ball, he's got nowhere near it, but he's kicked a man in the balls. But yet it's not even a foul. I don't understand it.
So you think minimum of foul at least?
Yeah, like, but I always see it other ways. If you have a shot in the box, and as you shoot, the defender then takes you out, it's never given as a foul.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
This is true. That's interesting.
And it isn't about wanting to change rules. It's about just, and that's why I want Mike's ref up. That's going to be a foul.
You know what I always find interesting, like shielding the ball when you're letting it run out for a goal kick. Like you can almost damn near elbow man in the back of the face. Sorry, not in the back of the face, but in the face. Stop him getting to this ball. You know, while the other guy's aggressively trying to get it off, and it's like that's some roughhousery behaviour there that's acceptable at that area of the pitch, but everywhere else on the pitch, it's a foul.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I agree.
I don't know.
I agree.
Weird. You can damn near wrestle a man to death in the penalty box just before the free kick's taken. But yeah, if it was 1-on-1, you can't touch him.
I've said it for years now. There's a way to make jostling fair from free kicks and corners only. You make it legal to pull each other's shirts and drag each other down. That way, that's the only way for it to be completely fair. When you penalise it, it's unfair in the sense of some games you referees give it, and other games they don't. So it's a case of what you should just do is allow it to happen, and then that way it's just if you've got the strongest players, you're going to win. But you know that you can do it back to your opponents. It isn't it's given away again by United. And again, we're playing like the 10-second team today. We can't hold on to this ball.
That's a fact, man.
But what I'm also hoping for is that this is Chelsea are going to exude a lot of energy trying to do this.
Yeah. And you can catch them out.
But yeah, like I always think that in football, let them pull the shirts as much as they want, then it's fair because everyone can do it to each other.
Yeah.
There's no benefit.
At least then you get consistency.
Yeah, that's what fans. I think that's what fans get most angry about is, when I see that kind of foul and we get penalised, but then next week it happens to us and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Then what? And that's when people get annoyed. So
Exactly. And that's why I had to ask that question yesterday about the refs. Are they getting lazy? Because now certain situations on the pitch, they might just start to rely on the VAR to just step in. Like they don't have to keep an eye on everything as much. But obviously referees always been inconsistent anyway. So it's
I think look, subjective decisions you're always going to get an area of inconsistency with. So make because you've got humans judging something, which I understand. I think it's more about making the rules as consistent as possible, the laws as consistent as possible. So I don't like the law that says if there's handball, accidental or deliberate in the build-up to a goal, the goal is disallowed. I don't like the law, but it makes the law's consistent. It doesn't matter. Well, we've seen players have the ball shot against their hand and they're not even looking. It's been disallowed. But it makes it consistent. Crazy. No one's benefited from it. Like as an example.
Ooh, that's a pace. That's some pace from James right there.
But there's no one. We ain't got it in the box. It's all over, it's over now.
Literally starting back from the middle again. Man. Yes.
At least we have the ball for about 10 seconds now.
Mm-hmm.
Touch weren't good enough by Rashford though. Yeah, no, I agree. I like that with rules like, fuck's sake. Lovely Dan James. That was nice, Dan James. See, that's what. See, look, we haven't pressed a lot against them. When we do press, we can win it back. Which is why I'm not sitting here thinking we can't win the ball back. Where I am concerned is that we can't hold on to the ball we've got here, and we've had some sloppy passing.
Literally. Sometimes it's just relax a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Chelsea are compact, but they're not really, you know. A couple of them are coming into close, but you still got a couple of, you know, moments where you can pick the pass out.
Foul. That's a nice free kick. Nice free kick. Nice free kick to gain United. See, played a nice bit of football. Slowed them down a bit. It's like you have to do this every now and then in a game. You can't. You have to lay a glove back. You have to land something back to make them think. Actually, let's not get ahead of ourselves and too overconfident.
That's right.
Who's shooting this? Bruno Fernandes or Rashi?
I'd like to see old Mr. Fernandes have a crack.
I prefer Fernandes from this range. If it's anything further out, Rashi. Because Rashford hits it in a way where you need a bit more distance, I think.
Yeah. Interesting. See. I don't know what Solskjaer was saying then. But,
one thing about Willie as well, though, he's a small keeper compared to others.
Yeah.
If you put it anywhere in that top corner, I don't know if he can get there.
Yeah. I hear you there.
They're over the line, ref. They're over the line. They're completely over the line. You can see.
It's ridiculous. What?
See, these are the kind of things in football where if you step over it, you all get booked. Nobody can step over it.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes it... They're all walking forward again as you're walking away. All the way...
Control them.
Oh, save. See what I mean? If that was near the corner, that's a goal. He can't get there. But
I hear that.
Just didn't get enough. What he didn't get enough on that was swerve.
Yeah. I don't know if they had the power, though, to be honest, to beat him. But...
No, maybe not actually. Yeah. Probably needed a bit more. But...
On target, though. You've got to get them on target, so that counts. You know? You could score from the resulting corner.
Don't know. Oh! Very well worked.
That looked like a I was going to say, that was a...
Oh, Jesus! How have we gone from that to that? Poor there from Fred. What? Yeah. A lot of people will try and blame Dan James. That was Fred's pass. That was awful.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God Williams' cross was poor.
Poor cross.
That was a foul on Fernandes. That's annoying for both United and Chelsea fans. And listen, I know there's a lot of people on socials that never want to slag Fred off. And they always want to have a go at Dan James. That there by Fred was criminal. Yeah. Criminal. Yeah. Criminal by Fred.
Oh, man.
And in fairness, Williams' cross wasn't much better. But
no, he overhit that, and it's,
Do you know what I've noticed though? Do you know what I've noticed though about?
Do you know what I've noticed though about Fred and about Scott McTominay since the return? Since Pogba and Bruno have established themselves and Matic again, now I felt like Fred and maybe I'm Fred's out. Maybe McTominay and Fred play better when there's no competition.
Yeah.
When they're the main guys. Suddenly now there's pressure.
Yeah.
It's possible, man, because we take for granted just because they're Premier League footballers that they can all handle certain types of pressure. And that might not be the case, man.
Some people just like being the big fish in the small pond, and maybe they can't. As I say, maybe they can't handle it. I don't even mean it in a disrespectful way.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right.
Fred before lockdown, from October right through to lockdown, 5 months was looking amazing. That's a nice run. Put pressure on. That's it. Don't fail him, Williams. That's it. I hate when people give away fouls in those areas.
It's so annoying.
It's
so annoying.
You don't need to, 9 times out of 10, you're getting a throw in.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and you're going to be in their half. As soon as you foul them, you leave the pressure on them. That was smart there, Williams.
Exactly. The chances of making a good pass from that position are quite slim, so it's like, just let him do what he's doing.
That was shit. Don't foul him. Let him do that. Let him do that.
That's it.
Fine.
Yeah, you guys have been, luckily, Chelsea have been quite poor up front. Like, but you don't want to keep inviting that.
No, you can't. We had to, since the drinks break, we've had to do what we've done. We've had to come out and have a go at them. Because you're forcing, and now we're pressing them a bit harder. We're forcing them to make mistakes more.
That's it.
I mean, we're not. The pass was out to what AWB. That isn't good enough. Want the ball. See, we're winning the ball back quicker now. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
But we're not moving the ball fast enough in and around the final third. Like Fred should have gone straight out to AWB then, and he didn't. He come back inside, and it slowed the play down.
Yeah, man. I mean,
How many times is Fernandez going to be allowed to be fouled until you book one of them, ref? It's the 4th fucking time!
yep.
Ridiculous! I don't mind the foul, but book them and stop it!
Yeah.
So that's late. That's so late!
I agree, man. I agree.
And these aren't just, these are proper fouls. Tripping him up, kicking him in the balls. Slipping on his ankles.
To be honest, though, it didn't even look like he touched him there.
He did. I'm just saying it. This is the range I want to see Rashford shoot from. Just annoys me. Like, I don't mind the fouls, I get in the tactical, but book the players. Book them. Like, man's been fouled 4 times, you're not going to stop anyone. Let Chelsea know they can't just kick him all game.
That's the thing, you know they're doing it on purpose, so it's a yellow card if you're fouling someone on purpose.
For it to go under the wall.
Yeah.
Max was going to bang
I
it.
thought so as well.
Lovely. Oof.
Oh.
That's a very good cross. Very good defending there. I think it was Alonso got it away. That's good. Lovely, Dan James. That's no foul.
Oh. Alonso looked like, not Alonso, but William looked like he almost kicked out petulantly there for a second.
He got the ball.
Not having a great game down that left, William.
I'm always emotional when I watch Man United. I just keep it in check the majority of the time. That's the only thing I really moan about is those types of refereeing decisions. Because it isn't fair.
Yeah.
And you guys that watch me, I moan when any of my team playing. You see it like, it was a few weeks ago, I was watching an Arsenal game. I can't remember who you were playing, but one of their midfielders made 4 fouls in the opening 12 minutes and didn't get booked. And I'm like, hang on, how's he got away with that? That gives him one more chance of a cynical foul in the game if he needs it.
Yeah.
So you are giving them, you're giving that player an advantage in the game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to play the victim here either, but for so many years, teams used to bully us like that, like intentional fouls, because they knew the Arsenal mentality and physically a lot of our players were quite weak. So we used to get kicked the shit out of. And there was no protection from the refs. It's
just book them,
man.
Book them. I also hate that notion. Someone puts a bad tackle in the opening couple of minutes, they're never booked. I'm like, why? This whole we don't want to ruin the game. No, ruining the game is letting people stay on the pitch who don't deserve to be there.
That's right. If a team's set out to intentionally start fouling another team, you just got to punish them. with what they deserve, which is yellow cards,
Stay on him,
yellows and
Fred.
reds.
Stay on him, Fred. Oh, you got done bad there.
Done. Oi.
Oh, they had a clash. That was nice by Mason. Mason Mount's had a good game so far, to be
Yeah,
fair.
he's been alright. He's definitely been alright. And it's a hard game for anyone to shine, man, because hardly anyone's got any time out there today.
Yeah, they had that. And Chelsea have definitely been the better team in this first half, but you saw as soon as United went to go forward, Chelsea right back behind the ball as well.
Yeah.
Solid banks, no real space.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
See, that's
a horrible
typical
clash.
Eric Bailly. He just
Jeez.
always gets hurt, and it's always he's never jogging and pulls up. It's always in a clash, always.
Jeez. And it's almost too brave then. Hopefully they're both alright.
Yeah, you don't see no one go off with something like that.
Exactly, man.
The problem is not the problem. You have to make sure they're fine. The issue is now head injuries. They have to do the test. If they fail the test,
Yeah.
they're done. They're not even allowed to say I can continue.
Zuma, oh, he's alright.
I thought that was swelling for a second.
Yeah,
I think it was his frown.
And I thought he weren't focusing what they were saying. He was actually doing the test.
I always wonder if the physios do like I can't remember what film it was in. I think it was in Creed. And in Creed, where he's got hands on the neck, couldn't see. It's like, how many fingers have I got up? And it's like he tapped him on the back.
Yeah.
Like, you wonder if they do things like getting past the test. How many fingers am I holding up? Or they know, or they're told before the game, if you're asked that question, wait, actually, do you know what though? If you are genuinely concussed, you wouldn't get it right anyway. You've got no comprehension.
Yeah,
that's
right,
more for
that's
if you
true.
can't see, but you can comprehend. Yeah.
Definitely.
Mick, can I see my iron, Mick? Pop my iron, Mick. It's one of the best scenes in. Yes, do you know what I love about that scene? Because obviously in the 70s, like graphics weren't as good, so you can clearly see the guy's got something in his hand that he squeezes instead of cutting him. But movies different back then, man.
That's it.
I kind of miss those days though, where films are like that.
That's why I love the 80s era as well, man. A lot of those films, they were just, pretty simple. They had always had like a decent soundtrack, so they had this feel to the whole film. It was like, just now, obviously, in the age of CGI, it's good, it's nice, but
Sometimes
there's a lot going on. There's a lot of information to take in.
That's why I do like Tom Cruise's films though, because there's a lot of of course there's CGI in it, like the moustache is one of them. What's his name? No, that was the other way around. Henry Superman had taken off because he was in that film with it. But I think with him, there's a lot of live stunt in it still, and you can when a film has live stunts in, it takes that film to that next level. When it's all CGI and green screen, even though they do the real stunts for real, there's something when you really know it's Tom Cruise hanging off a building, it looks better.
Yeah.
It looks so much better.
It's like, even if you're watching it for the second or third time, you're like, what if he fell?
Yeah,
What if he fucked up?
A man doesn't do those stunts. He broke his leg on the last Mission Impossible film, jumping from one building to
Like
another.
London.
Yeah.
London, innit? Yeah.
Broke his leg.
Yeah. That's why I always love Jackie Chan's films.
That guy got injured in every film.
Yeah. Great martial artist, and he's done all his own crazy stunts, man. You're like, Jesus. Mashed up.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the game. Come on.
4 minutes. 4 minutes until half. I reckon there'll be at least 5-6 minutes of time added on though, because you've had the drinks break, you had the Bruno injury, you got this injury now, you had the head one. Jesus.
Yeah, it's been very stop-start.
he's cut.
Claret now. Who's that? Maguire.
That was with Bailey.
Again. He's butting everyone.
But one of them's got a call for that ball.
Yeah.
That's both their faults.
Yeah.
Call for the damn ball.
As he's adamant he wants to concuss himself.
Yeah, I want to go. He's down again.
Yeah. Yeah, Jesus. How screwed would you be though if they both had to come off? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
such a, you know what I mean, costly mistake that would be. You're just not calling for it.
I wonder how many people on Twitter are blaming having a go at Maguire. Be interesting to see.
Yeah. agenda massive. That probably all still comes down to how much he costs. You know, as I said, if he was cost 5 million, I bet there would be this criticism. That's the world we live in now. You know? Jesus, I don't know what's going on now. This looks a bit more serious now. They're both actually lying down. Well, actually, Maguire's sitting up.
Well, yeah, the thing is, it's as the commentator says, it's too very quickly for Bailly.
Yeah.
That can take you out. Exactly. It's a bit like a boxer. Boxers can get hit and be stunned, but okay, they get hit again and they're gone.
And now what's going to happen? You've got two maybe concussed centre-backs that might get allowed to play on that might start fucking up. Because they think they're alright.
I would...
Even though they passed
it's either Fosu Mensah or McTominay are going to have to come on. I would probably go with McTominay and just say, look, you come in, Maguire looks alright. Maguire looks alright.
One thing's guaranteed now, though.
Yeah, who's going to be a lot
Bailly looks in trouble.
He does.
Been laying on his belly the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. Maguire's alright. Going for the old Terry Butcher. Is it Terry Butcher look? From back in the day when he had that famous headband covered in claret at the end of the game.
We're going to get rid of the three at the back. We're going to go to a flat back four. Yeah. We're going to put Martial on up front, Rashford to the left, James to the right, and then midfield three will be Matic, Fred, and Bruno. That actually probably makes more sense than throwing on a Fosu Mensah. At this point.
Cool. Yeah, Bailly's done out here, man. Yeah. Two head clashes in quick succession. You wouldn't even want to take the risk thinking about it. Just get him off. Yeah, it looks alright, but yeah, I would just take him off as a precaution anyway. He's got claret from his head as well.
Yeah, I feel for the man there. That's serious, man.
Yeah.
Like serious in the sense of he looks like I don't think nothing bad. Like fingers crossed, nothing bad's gonna happen to him. But do you know what it comes? It's the two in short succession. You know,
Exactly.
if no one's ever had a bad bang to the head as well, like it's terrible. It's terrible. You feel ill. I remember getting sparked out in kickboxing training. It looked down again on the side of the pitch.
Oh, damn.
They're probably just saying to him, "Stop walking. Let's carry you," because I know you feel okay, but and that's where you need to be careful. So I had a friend who was a fighter. He didn't get knocked out cold in the ring. He had a tough fight. 5 rounds it went, and in the 5th round he got like a shin bone to the jaw. The referee stopped it. Said too much. They sat there, did the oxygen, made sure it was okay. He walked out the ring. They were like, "Do you want to hop back?" He went, "No, I'll walk back." He got into the dressing room. And that's what he refused. What he just seen him obey. He refused a neck brace. He went, "No, I'm fine."
Yeah.
Sat in the dressing room. Sat there fine for 10 minutes. Had a shower, and then like he ain't come back out yet. He was unconscious in the shower on the floor. And he banged in the fall. He banged his head again on the way down. It just had like a delayed reaction. Like whenever you get hit hard in the head, whether you're a fighter or footballer, let the medical people do their job because they know what they're looking for. And you can often feel fine, and then it might be 20 minutes, an hour, a day later where you're done.
Yeah. I get that, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's got like 6-7 medical staff attending to him now. They have officially done the sub.
Yeah.
So Martial is on for Eric Bailly.
And I don't want to sound...
But what's what's happening anyway. They still.
I mean, they added 5 minutes of time. This is where it gets confusing.
Yeah.
Because they added 5 minutes on when this injury happened, and it had already happened.
Yeah.
And so you're probably looking at, we're at 48 minutes now, you're probably looking at it taking, there's probably about another 10 minutes to play.
Yeah.
Of game time now.
Yeah. But what are they doing? Are they not really, oh, Jesus, yeah, he's got the neck brace on. You've wrapped him up, you're going to stretcher him out. Hopefully, just as a precaution, as you adjust the story after you just told, they're just being precautionary. Because he did see, he was on his feet. Oh, yeah, I think they're obviously they're not going to continue playing until he's like gone, even though the substitution's been made and he's not on the pitch. Yeah, I suppose last thing you want is for people to carry on playing and someone to kick the ball straight at Eric Bay's face.
If he had another hit on it, if he carried on and had another hit on the head in this game, even headering the ball, it could cause lasting damage to him. And I mean, look, sports athletes in any kind of contact sport, they all run the risk all the time of major life-changing injuries, and they know that in themselves. It's one of the reasons why they are and they should be compensated so much with how much they're paid, because they literally put their bodies on the line to entertain people, and that needs to be paid for in the right way, especially when the industry they're in is worth tens of billions of pounds. Without these, I know we're important as fans, and I know everything else around it's important, but without the players at this level of, like, if the quality of this football at the highest level was the same as Sunday League, we wouldn't enjoy it as much. We enjoy it at this level because they do things that less than 99% of us can, well, about 99% of us can't do. That's why it's so amazing. That's sort of all elite level sport. They just do, but they all make it. This is I think the problem people have. They make it look so easy that we don't respect how good what they're doing is. Does that make sense? Like a boxer, you think, oh, you're going to try doing it. Get in a ring. Get in a ring with a club level boxer, and they will pummel you around the ring. Yeah. And you can imagine how good the world class elites are.
Exactly. And you've also got to have that consistent discipline with what you're doing. You know, you can't be slacking off when it comes to getting up for training and stuff like that. I'm sure some footballers do.
Zane in the house here, a super chat. He says, Terry, Bruno who?
Jeez, Bruno's been getting mashed up today. Bruno's been getting.
What I would say is the fact that he's been getting attacked and bashed up will tell you that they're worried about him. But yeah, he hasn't had a great start yet. But that's because we haven't done much as a team. Yeah. And what I like about what Ollie's done, well, I say I like it. We'll see what bloody happens first. That looks mad. Look at that. He's heading up.
No.
I do think that's probably more precautionary.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Because you know, if he was in a real bad way, you'd see the distress on the players.
Yeah.
You know, like when a real bad thing happens, do you get what I mean? It's more just. He's got a bit of hopefully.
Exactly.
Zane back again. Says London teams dominating Manchester teams. All those pies they eat in the north are slowing them down. Come on, Zane.
I remember eating a chicken tikka pie.
Bro, this is going to go on to about 61 minutes. It's got to.
Yeah.
But let's see now. Like what's about Ollie? Ollie's made a decision to change the shape rather than continue things as they were. Let's see how that impacts the game.
That screenshot there that they were done that camera shot.
Trying to dramatise.
They are.
Like make it look a scene from Casualty.
You know what I mean? Deep.
Pen away!
Right.
Pen away!
Gonna need to review that VAR. Jeez.
He kicked him in the back. The back.
Yeah. What are they doing? Are they reviewing it or what?
If Martial touches the ball first, it has to be a pen. If Zuma gets the ball first, fair enough. But that looked like Martial got it. It's a pen away!
Whoa, yeah.
He kicked him in the leg! He didn't touch the ball, it's a pen!
If they don't give this...
He kicked Martial! If they don't give it, what we will say is this. No more Varchester. He doesn't get the ball, Zuma. Martial's going to get the ball, and he kicks him.
Jeez.
It's a penalty! And it's a red card. It's a clear goal scoring opportunity. It's a pen.
Let's see what they come out with, man. The men behind the VAR cameras.
Martial might be injured as well.
Yeah.
Pure pen.
game's been a madness, man. There's people on the
A lot of people said he got the ball. He got the ball. And he didn't get a ball. He couldn't have got the
Kick
ball.
the man's leg first, and then kick the ball.
I can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Do you know what they also should say? They should do. It should be like rugby as well. When they've made this decision, someone should say it out loud in the stadium of why they've made that decision. Like,
Can't believe that.
the officials have ruled no.
I can't believe it. A lot of people saying it's the same as Zaha's. Well, if it's the same as Zaha's, you all said it was a pen.
Yeah.
They're not giving it, but I can't believe that.
Jeez.
He proper kicked him in the leg.
That was
Blatant. Zuma got away with one there, you know.
He did. Anyway, I feel like Man United players now just need to concentrate on surviving the game because they're getting mashed up.
Yeah, true. But like I say, I won't focus on the decisions. I think that's a penalty as an example, but it's not been given. We move on. But it also goes to prove that United don't get all the decisions their way.
Yeah.
There's this weird notion that they do.
Of course.
For me, Zuma didn't touch the ball.
Yeah, man.
If he didn't touch the ball,
the main thing is he kicked the shit out of Martial. Kicked him up.
Bruno's always going for them passes, and I hate when they get cut out, but you know they're like close.
That's it.
That's a foul.
Sweet home Alabama.
A lot of people are saying he got the ball 100%. Not for me.
Well,
Do you know what I love those? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, because if it was the other way around, it'd be, you Man United are lucky, got away with another one. But he might have touched a bit of the ball, but for me, he's kicked right through the back of a man's leg.
He kicked him.
Oh, lovely pass!
What a pass.
Oh,
Too strong,
unlucky.
Too strong.
Oh, I thought it was in.
See what Chelsea can do just before the end of this eventful first half.
It's been a mad first half, really. Mainly
Not in a
for-
good
for
way.
injuries. They're in here.
Yeah.
Drew's away. It's a goal.
Oh, and he's done it. He squeezed it in from across. These were the dangers. And I said it at the beginning.
That's a goalkeeping mistake as well, you know. That wasn't even a great shot.
Trickled in, man. And I was like, Chelsea decided to play down the flanks, man. Man like Giroud, he does this thing in the FA Cups.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
But I saw it when they were. I see him get away. He got away.
Yeah. He's such a good target man, Giroud. No chance of offside from the initial.
And of course, he's onside as well because he's behind the ball. It's a 100% goal.
Yeah. Let's see how bad De Gea's flapped this up.
Was it? I can't see. Was it straight at him or to the side of him?
It was kind of like down to the side of him a bit. He got a hand to it, but like
A camera angle didn't help us again.
I know, what's going on? Yeah.
It's almost I think it hits his hand and hits his foot and goes in. I actually think that's an own goal.
Man.
That looked like an own goal.
But the initial strike was on target, so they won't give us that. But hopefully now, well, I'm not going to say hopefully, but for you guys, this should kick you into gear now to start coming and attacking with some purpose. Because 1-0 down, bro. I'm going to the top.
Stephen here, the super chat, who says it is half time now. He says, "Hi guys, I'm still in shock after yesterday, although I have another infusion tomorrow. Arsenal and Hamilton have cheered me up today. Today, though, this difficult time, bring on Chelsea or United." Fair play, Stephen. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, But disappointing first half from a United fans' point of view. I said Chelsea deserve to be in the front. I think they've had a lot more of the ball, a lot more of the play. We haven't got any stats up in front of me, which I haven't looked at, but just disappointing, really. Disappointing goal. De Gea there, not strong enough at all. Should be keeping it out. Yeah, but there's nothing to complain about from a Man United fan's point of view, so I don't want to hear any of that. You know, yes, we've had a few injuries, we've had a few delays, disruption to our system and stuff. But got to do better there. For me, I can't imagine us not bringing Pogba on at half-time. Fred has been absolutely ineffectual completely. So for me, yeah, if I don't see Pogba at half-time, but where we've got to be careful is we can only make 3 groups of substitutions. So if you bring Pogba on, you might have to make another one. So maybe they'll say give it 10 minutes.
I think you might still have the same problem though, because it's that middle so congested. Like trying to play through the eye of a needle, basically in the middle of the park.
Yeah, it might be worthwhile leaving this 4-2-3-1 formation on, or 4-2-3-1, whatever they want to call it, for maybe 10 minutes to see. Like we didn't really have an opportunity to see it there because it was at the end. But yeah, it's just disappointing. Really disappointing, especially you can see right at the end like that. But Chelsea have been valued for that goal. Like United haven't got going yet in this game. Like I've been, there's been a few little moments, a few good passes from Bruno. There's been a few little, but overall, Chelsea have been the aggressors. They've created the majority of the goals. But you see here with this coming in, Lindelof just let him get away. So as much as everyone's going to blame De Gea, probably should have kept it out. But Lindelof here is asleep. Look, what's Lindelof in this position?
Yeah.
He's asleep, and Drew gets in front.
That's right.
That there is criminal defending from the defender. Criminal defending. If you stay goal side of him, he can't score. If you went asleep. So De Gea you can moan at, but Lindelof there is far more to blame than David De Gea, in my opinion. Far more to blame.
But this is, in his defence, this is what Giroud is good at, you know? He's not any sort of quick sort of post striker. But he knows in these situations he can outthink a defender by just nicking him just that split second. Like, boom. I've got the jump on you, son. But yeah, still Lindelof should be doing better. But, you know, apart from the goal, they've had a couple of chances, but nothing clear cut, Chelsea. So it's been a scrappy game.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But yeah, so if you were nervous before, man, now it's even worse position. You've got to come into the second half a goal down, not particularly playing well. See United have to step up now. Yeah, 45 minutes is a long time now, so you know, we'll see what happens, see how this plays out. Yes, Chelsea boys, you must be happy. So far, so good. You know, you've mixed it up a bit, got a bit of roughhousery going on there, stopping certain individuals from having time on the ball. Do what you got to do, man. Doing what you got to do.
Yeah, the press. We're struggling with the press.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
A lot of people saying that. A few people just said that Martial's thing weren't even in the box. It looks in the box to me. Maybe not. But either way, weren't given, so we move on.
Yeah, that's it. We can't dwell too much on that, man. But you know, you didn't deserve to score.
No, exactly, and that's the thing for me. I won't ever. Sorry, I missed the super sticker from Zane. Sorry, bro. Just a laughing face, but appreciate that, Zane, bro. I just sort of feel like, from my point of view, I just tweeted it. Chelsea deserve to be in the lead, and you can't. There's nothing more you can really say about it than that. Chelsea deserve to be in the lead. They are in the lead, and that's it.
Yeah. So, United. We've been forced into changing things up anyway, as we just saw at the end of that half with the Martial substitution. So we'll see now what approach they take to the second half. Even Chelsea now, maybe they might decide to sit back for a bit and try and play some counter-attack stuff. Yeah, Bruno's been down multiple times. He's not having He's not having a good time out there.
Getting bust up. They're busting him up big time.
Kicked him in the balls, legs. Yeah, to be honest, it looked just outside the box as well. They showed that replay.
See, I feel like I don't know. It looks like it was in the box because when the actual contact happened, he's over it. I don't know. I want to see this view. I'm even gonna with a remote. when did it? Okay, yeah, sorry, yeah. You know what? I didn't look at it closely enough. Yeah, he's outside the box.
But for me, that's still a foul though, because you've kicked the back of his leg to the point where he can't even control.
Yeah, I didn't actually. I was focusing on was there contact with a player or ball. I wasn't looking for where it was. That's my mistake. But yeah, yeah. But do you know what? I'm not gonna sit there. That even if it was a penalty, even if it is a red card, it's not. That isn't why we're losing. We're losing because we haven't created enough opportunities in the game.
Yeah.
And most football fans and most teams can't ever admit that sort of thing.
That's it, mate. Got time to redeem yourselves, though. That's the thing. How are you feeling now about it? Are you confident, or are you like you can't see any way out?
There's always a way out. But we've got to step it up massively.
Yeah, that's a given. Yeah, buddy. Mate, I mean, you know.
See, but you know me, you've watched football with me for years. I don't tend to get annoyed when we don't deserve something as much. If we're playing well when it happened, I get angrier, but I can't look at that first half and I've seen DT tweeting United maybe should have had a penalty, United should have had this. I'm like, nah, for me, that ain't why we're losing. We've not moved the ball well enough. We've not handled the press well enough. The press is the biggest hindrance we have. And we've got to learn to play through it. And Chelsea have done very, very well. And if we'd have got through that first half 0-0, we would have been very lucky. Like Chelsea deserve to be 1-0 up, If I'm looking at it from an objective point of view, they do deserve it. But there's 45 minutes to go. Games can change around. This is an FA Cup semi-final.
Exactly.
Who knows? The scary thing is Chelsea have got Pulisic to come on.
Yeah, man. I mean, he would be an absolute... Because for me, Willian hasn't had really a decent game. He switched from left to right and then back again. From right to left and then back to the right. But he's not been that dangerous. But Pulisic can get into them areas.
But do you know what I feel like happening? This game has gone in the same direction of all the other games we've played with Chelsea this year. They've had the ball. We've tried to counter. And like I said quite a few times, I'm always going to back my team and predict us to win. Like, I'm going to back them. However, what I've said the whole time is coming true.
Yeah.
No matter how good or bad you are you beating the team for... I'd love to go and look at the record books of the top 6 sides over the last 4 years playing each other. Is any team won 4 on the bounce?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's happened. And I believe in that probability factor, that element of how good or bad you are. We haven't lost to any other teams 4 times on the bounce, so is it likely that we're going to win 4? It just there's something about it. It just feels like luck's run out when it comes to this fixture. It's Chelsea's chance to win it, in relation to that. But we'll see. We're going to run to the bathroom,
Mate. Coolio.
Chelsea boys, you must be very confident now. Good position, you're in a good position. Massive chance to take United out. They're not playing well. And, you know, you've not exactly been top tier today either, but that's, you know, that means you can only improve on that in the second half maybe and even go on to smash them. We'll see. Just showing the replays of the Arsenal game. We did have a few other chances yesterday as well. Right, even though we got dominated, we still had a lot of chances to, like, you know, really bury them. It's alright, man.
Look, you know, it can, and look, I don't. If we don't play well enough, don't defend well enough, then it's on. Do you know what I mean? It's fair play to the team that beats you. You know, I suppose what I don't want to get into the realms of doing is what I'm already seeing on social media, where people are just scathing and going mad. Like, people are legit going mad, going mad at players. It's like, just calm down a little bit.
Yeah. Good Lord. Yeah, mate. That's what happens, though. They want to look for a scapegoat in a lot of these type of situations. It's like, oh, my team would have won if it weren't for this and this and that. It's cool, man. It's cool. We get it. You know, it's a natural reaction to look to blame someone. But as you said earlier, as a team, you know, you've got that capability to go out there and score more goals than the other one. So, like, your team's got to perform, they've got to turn up.
Yeah. I don't really
Situation.
I guarantee you there's a clause. Maybe they think they're going down, or whatever. Maybe there's a clause about and written in a way, if you don't see out the remainder of the season, you don't get paid a certain amount or whatever. Or maybe they've lined somebody else up to come in next year. It's a weird one, though, isn't it? Yeah. It's a real weird one. I don't really understand, if I'm being absolutely honest. I don't really get it at all.
Unless there's been some gross misconduct we're unaware of.
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of that at Leicester. I think that's part of the reason why he left, if I'm not mistaken. But second half beginning now. Yeah, I'll have another beer, mate. I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it, bruv. I'm gonna need it, bro. Gonna need it. Listen, get your super chats in. Remember, we're gonna go live at the end of this game. If you're new to the Football Terrace, please hit the subscribe button. Really important to us that you get that done and that you do this. But yeah, as it stands right now, it is going to be Chelsea versus Arsenal in the final of the not Champions League, in the final of the FA Cup. Our club's away from that yet. Yeah. But yeah.
5 years away from that.
But do you know what? Right now, what? Sorry, I did it again. Did it again, bro. Do you know what? I think the one little silver lining about losing right now that's making is the fact that Leicester lost today. It's just a nice little.
Yeah.
It's a nice.
A bit.
Oh, by the way, I want to win this. Don't trust me. I'll be annoyed if we don't win it. But it's like cool.
No,
but let's see what can happen.
I definitely get that. But yeah, you've got to improve on your first half performance anyway. That's a given.
They don't.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what Chelsea do now. Though, will Chelsea continue to play the same way, or they sit back and try and counter? That's what I love about the psychology of sport.
Yeah.
Once you take the lead, so that you don't go to the final round of a fight. You're up on points. Do you go to knock the guy out? Do you cover up? What do you do?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Are you gonna? Williams gives a terrible pass away. Mount.
Oh no! It's a mistake by the guy. He's letting slip through his fingers. Mount has scored 2-0. 2-0 Chelsea straight after the break. That's disappointing.
David De Gea done at Man United. He's got to be done.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Williams' pass was awful, but the shot from Mason Mount was average.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a good shot.
No. Just looked like
Weren't even a good shot.
Like,
My God. My God, you can't legislate for that. You can't legislate for that.
man's hitting from like 20 yards out across the floor.
You can't legislate for that. Look, it's an okay shot. Oh my God, De Gea! Oh my days! Look at this! It's straight at him! It's a shocking shot. Like, do you know what? Mason Mount, fair play, FA Cup semi-final, scored a goal. I credit you. But that shot's gone straight at David De Gea. Oh, that's two dodgy goals that we've given away. Chelsea deserved them, but it's United mistakes. Shocking.
He looked like he was thinking about state while that shot was on the way to him.
Shocking, bro. Shocking.
The man's sleeping. He was sleeping. Yeah. It's going to take a monumental effort now.
It's done. It's done now. It's over. That is just literal suicide at the beginning of the second half. And now what you got to not do, United, is get desperate and leave massive holes and lose 3-4-0. It's criminal. It's criminal. And everything. Listen, they've played better than us, but both goals are poor defending and poor goal keeping combined, and it's terrible because defensively, for months now we've been sound, but it's not good enough. It isn't good enough, and that is criticism. But you give Chelsea credit; they put a lot of pressure on. They made it hard for Man United, but I'm not gonna, like I said to a gal yesterday, when it's a mistake, it's a mistake, and I'm not gonna give too much credit to the attacking team because they weren't huge pressure on anybody.
They haven't had to really do much.
Terrible. Terrible.
It's that's when you know that it's Jesus. It's just
shocking.
Not your day. It's just not your day.
Yeah, partly it's not good enough overall. We haven't played well enough, and then when you throw mistakes in on top of that, madness.
Yeah.
Absolute
That's what
madness.
frustrates me the most is when players make these mistakes, and it's like, come on, man, just Do you know what's
mad as well? There's probably some players watching going, I've had some really good shots at Wembley, and the ball's been like cruising in, and a goalie's pulled off the most amazing save, and then you've got Mount who just scored a goal with a bit of a pea shooter straight in the goal.
Yeah.
David De Gea's finished. He's got. I am saying this now. I love him, but he's got to go. There's too many of them now, and I don't think he's going to cover from a mentality standpoint. He's got to go.
Yeah. What I would imagine that looked like, he's seen it coming. He's thought, this one's an easy one. I can just save this. He's just switched off. I thought that's easy.
Absolutely.
Started thinking about something else.
Shocking.
And then just before you know it, it's not on, man. Gee, I would be fuming. Yeah. It though, it's still not. It's 2-0. It's not truly over. I think if you can get a goal within the next 15-20 minutes.
And the thing is, look, Williams' pass was bad, but the thing is, so much happened after that. Like that, De Gea should be picking that ball up. Someone blasts Williams, and we move on from there. Instead, you let that ball go in, and that's why, his mistake's far worse than Williams. Williams didn't give it away on the edge of it, he didn't do that on the 6-yard box, and then it was blasted into the roof of the net. It ain't good from Williams, but he's a young kid, and you go, okay, he's got to learn from that. But De Gea, there's too many like that this season. There's been too many of them.
Yeah, that's right. Whoa.
Too many like that.
Chelsea look like they're on it now. They are on it now.
Yeah, but it's
gonna
easy.
be like-
It's easy
there's
now
no
because
pressure, really,
no pressure.
yeah.
You can relax.
That's
You can
right.
maybe go for some attempts that you wouldn't normally go for.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter right now if they don't go in because you're 2-0
That's
up.
Yeah.
And they get the third. I mean, for me, it's already dead.
I fancy Giroud to score again. I think he might get the second now because
Yeah.
you know
Now,
you
this
guys
is-
have got to chase it.
This is the thing for me. Like, I can't. What's this super chat here from Christian says De Gea is done. United stand push that overrated agenda after the Arsenal match 2 seasons ago. Beat his near post 90% of the time. That's obviously a clear exaggeration about how often he's beat his near post, but I do get where you're coming from. He's done now. I've been on the fence with it for a while, but I'm done now. There's too many. Like, I think a goal at the highest level, a mistake or two a year like that, it's cool. But I think since the restart, he's made you look at tonight. Like, you look at the Tottenham game. You look at tonight. There was I think there's been in our last 10 games. I think he's made about 5 or 6 mistakes like that.
Yeah. See, it's too much. Because I've been impressed with Martinez at Arsenal since he stepped in.
Oh shit! Here we
Oh,
go.
jeez.
Well done,
They
AWB.
come. Like, you cut those mistakes out and you can do the basics as a keeper, which is save, you know.
Rashford.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
unlucky.
wide.
Unlucky.
Oh, unlucky, Rashi.
Rashi's had a bit of a quiet game, hasn't he?
Yeah.
We haven't to find him.
We ain't got the ball forward.
Can't find him.
We ain't got the ball forward.
First half, thinking about it now, I would have stuck him out on the left, man, and just told him to look.
Oh, yeah.
Trying
Well,
to
it was.
go down the side.
The issue there is that was great defending by Ashley because he didn't allow Rashi to come in like he would have liked to. He shot. I mean, it's only just wide, but it's wide.
Yeah. Great.
But yeah. No, David Hayes finished.
Yeah, you want your keeper.
Like, if you had Alisson, man, if you had Martinez in goal right now, both those chances are saved.
Exactly.
They're saved, and although you're not being, and that's where when you're a team that's under, and it happens to all teams, you can be under the cosh. That's where you need a goalkeeper to be at their best, and De Gea isn't at his best enough anymore.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, I suppose enough is enough, man. If he's going to start costing you potentially trophies, these mistakes are costing you trophies, then yeah, you're going to need to look for alternative options.
Yeah,
You know?
I think he knows in himself. I think there's an element mentally where he's past it now, and a change is as good as a rest. He needs to go.
Yeah, I think that might be what it is as well, isn't it? The man needs a new challenge. Good luck to him.
Oh, Dan James.
Jesus.
That was poor by Maguire.
Another one. I just noticed what Giroud just done there as well. He jogs as slow as he can, sometimes on purpose, and then you might just see him just switch it up last minute, and you're not expecting it. You think, oh,
Man,
Giroud
do you know when you're like you want to play a striker like him? There's that element of just like I used to do it when I was on the football pitch. Sometimes I'd walk around, and I wasn't a good footballer. I'd walk around and nobody was looking at me, and then suddenly, like especially from a set middle corner, then I'd like make a run to an area where nobody was there, and at that level it was easy because everyone was lazy. No one would chase you.
That's it.
I had to make up when I was playing regularly. I had to make up for not being as good technically with being the fittest out there, so I could run around. But sometimes, you slow the run down and you speed it up again. But we're making the substitutions now, bringing the big boys on. But I'm done with it. The game's over. I'm no confidence from this position. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And all I'm going to say is fair play to Chelsea. You can't take it away from them. It's as simple as that. You cannot take it away from them. They've been excellent in the build-up. It's nice. First time cross, Danny. That's a foul.
Giving it dangerous position.
Is that in the box?
You can if you want it to be, Terry.
Just that side.
But weirdly
I'm just
enough
asking.
now,
If his foot touched it, then good.
you know, you can ask the question for sure. Weirdly enough now, Chelsea are leaving holes now. Now they're 2-0 up. It's like, it's...
Yeah, but I think they're doing it to invite United on to counter.
Of course, but
It's
even that
always-
in itself is a
it's
dangerous
tactics.
game, man.
Yeah, that's the thing with footy tactics. Football tactics are like that, bruv. That's the thing with football tactics. It's all for me. It's all about that.
Yeah.
It's risk versus reward all the time, and
That's right.
the longer you watch football, I think the more you see it.
Yeah. I think if I
always them now. I just relax.
Adam just texted me saying Leno top 2. Bro, I'd take Martinez from you right now.
Jeez. Yeah, that's
Why
facts.
does- why-
Martinez is on form. Oh, that's the thing, man. If you've got a goalkeeper that's not making any mistakes and he can do the basic saves, like he's agile enough, he suddenly starts looking more and more impressive, man.
But
as
Martinez
time
has
goes
pulled
on.
off like 3 or 4 saves for you recently. And look, I'm not saying actually by Martinez. Martinez might just be on this like, you know, sometimes you get a reserve goalie who just has a little wave of like top 4.
Yeah,
Like, it's like Romero. A lot of people talk. I wouldn't want Romero as a permanent number 1. I think he's good, but I don't think he's good enough. You need.
Yeah.
But the problem is with De Gea leaving, it adds another headache this summer. Does that make sense? And I know we've got Henderson, but I think Henderson is a year or 2 away from being ready as well.
Yeah.
So
How old is Henderson?
I don't know the exact age. I mean,
Yeah.
he's early 20s, I think.
Okay.
But I mean, I'd love an Oblak or somebody. That's going to cost you 80-90 million pounds.
Oh yeah, top dough.
Oh, that's poor Rashford. Got a second chance. That's poor.
Yeah. Yeah, oh.
Oh, what a tackle!
That was good. Foul though.
See, I don't get that. Like, he purely won the ball. He might have touched his leg first, but I thought you had to do that when Zuma did it. Oh, I thought.
You're not wrong there, Terry. You're not wrong. We know there's no consistency from the refs. Chelsea are back in
Shit.
here though.
Oh!
Lucky.
It would be just
Good
my luck
play.
because I've had a pop-up mount a few times this year. If he scores like a brace against us at Wembley, I'm just going to have to eat that L, bro. But do you know what I love about social media football fans is everything is so reactionary, right? So I don't rate that highly Dan James. If Dan James scored a brace today, I wouldn't suddenly be like, I told everyone he was amazing, right?
No.
Equally, I've said about Mason Mount. I think he's a really. I think I have called him a fraud in the past, but I explained it along the lines of he ain't the next great number 10 in or number 8 in football. He's just
a long way
good.
to go, yeah.
He's just good. But
But
then
it's
you know what?
impressive for the man to just come out of nowhere and start playing
Oh.
at this proper. Yeah, you guys are still messing about. You know, still playing at this level, which is a lot of pressure.
It is, and I
it's
think
like,
he's a good player. Do you know, I think
he's
my
putting
issue was
some-
early on in the season. I felt like too many people were getting over the top. Like, you know when Dan James scored his like 3 or 4 goals early on? You banter. The thing is, you can banter and say, this guy's the new so-and-so. But you know when some people start to really push it like it's,
See
shit.
that? That's man like Mason.
Oh, we're getting torn apart now.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, thank God he saved that one.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Another foul. Another man kicked, you know.
Really? Yeah. Chelsea are really putting together some good attacks now.
See,
Jeez.
oh, do you know what? Matic got the block on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matic's got the block on that.
Oh, did it hit his arm? Looked like he hit his arm.
I think it might have done, but off the ricochet, innit?
Yeah, it's fine.
You know, they're all
That
got.
went in though, would that have been classed as a goal? It hit his arm technically. If that went in, they would have had to disallow it. It won't work like that, surely.
No. Whose arm? Drew's. Or
No,
Matic. No. It's only if it hits the attacking player's arm. Well, that's what's dumb about that rule. And even though it's like if it hits the defender's arm accidentally, it's fine. If it's the attacker's arm accidentally, it's given away. I don't understand it.
Yeah. Well, I think all they're trying to do is just eliminate any possibilities for arguments. So it's like trying to make their lives easier.
I think we had some super chats here. Sorry, I might have missed them.
Check it out.
He's saying the Stretford paddock are too easy to wind up. Listen, there's the thing with me. There's nothing to wind me up about. Like, people are quote tweeting me. Someone said, as an Arsenal fan, I truly want United in the final for old time's sake. Listen, the thing is, a lot of people are trying to wind me up, and it's like, I know we've been bad today. Now, saying that we're dead and that all these performances mean all our other great performances mean nothing because we're going to lose today. That won't wind me up because I know what we're building. And the thing is, even the greatest teams I've ever seen play have been knocked out of cup competitions. So I'm not going to let one bad game and result undo me. What I do know is there's some areas that need filling in the team, as an example. So it's just one of those things for me where I just feel like
I'm not going to overreact. And if I'm not going to overreact, your banter can't make me. Unless you're weak. And I'm not like that anymore. I'm done with being like that.
Yeah.
Oh, AWB, man. I tell you who's weak. Our mentality's weak right now.
Yeah.
Ollie's got to go and grab some of these boys by the short and curly.
That's it. It's like focus is not there. Got to go and start kicking someone as well. Kick someone back, United. Come on.
What would be nice is a little goal in the next 5 minutes from United to see the balance of the game. I think from a neutral's point of view, that's what you want to see right now. Again, if you want United to lose, of course not, and I get that. That.
I think if you scored relatively soon, you should definitely see that.
Oh, fucking hell!
He's having a nightmare.
But since that mistake, he's been playing okay until that mistake, and his head's gone. And that's the problem when you've got kids. And it's not that when you've got kids out there playing, they're talented. They can make a mistake, their head can drop. And I feel for him. I do feel for him.
No, I get you, man. It's tough. It's tough at this level.
But what he needs, this is what he needs now. And this is where I will call out United fans. What he needs, that's a great kick by Willie Cavalier. What Williams needs and what all United players need, especially the young ones in these situations, is your support. Yes, you can criticise and say you weren't good enough today, but what they need is your support to say, but we got you back next time. The problem is with most fans now, everything's so reactionary. It's you didn't win the game for us today. You're crap then. You're finished. David De Gea, I get people going on because he's been making a lot of mistakes for a long period of time. But to write Williams off today after a bad performance, that's crazy, bro. You know? Again,
his whole career ahead.
You take the banter as a United fan if you become a generational talent. That's something I definitely haven't been doing. You know, I think Wan-Bissaka's had a poor game today. But again, he's had a very good season overall. So am I going to cry about one bad game? No. It's horrible that it's come at the wrong time.
Yeah.
But you bounce back against West Ham and Leicester respectively in the next week or so and move on to the Europa League. You have to. We're on the up and up as a club, and you can't allow a bad result to suddenly make you. And I've done this out of weakness and stupidity before. Oh, Mason, that touch wasn't good enough. That was a foul. It's another fucking head clap. It's another player foul by Man United. Why has no Chelsea player been booked yet? Clumsy.
Is that Zuma? No, that's not Zuma. Is that Rudiger?
You're absolutely right. So you've got to get out of super chat there. Real men stay composed no matter the banter. And I have to admit, I've allowed myself to be dragged into it before. It's not happening again. I had an epiphany moment. I'll shout at my team, but no one's triggering me into not believing in what I believe in. And that's what you got to remember. It's almost like I realised that's all the banter era is. People will. So I've seen Chelsea fans and Liverpool fans saying that the first goal was more Maguire's fault because he didn't cross off the distance for the pass. They're discounting the mistakes by the other people. Why? Because they know they're trying to trigger Man United fans into saying Maguire's rubbish. All you've got to do is ignore that and know that Maguire ain't done nothing wrong today as a defender in terms that led to a goal. Like he's done nothing.
Yeah. You're not guaranteed
Look at
to
this
cross
here,
out
man.
the pass.
Look at this.
That was poor. It gets worse every time you see it. The keeper, he could just...
That almost looked like he did it on purpose when you see that angle.
Yeah.
It's like he...
That's why I said to you, he's probably fell into a daydream, as stupid as that sounds.
That almost looks on purpose.
Yeah.
That almost looks on... When you see it...
True.
Like, I know it isn't, but it's so bad it almost looks like he did it on purpose, bruv.
How do you know it isn't on purpose? Bruce Grobler did it for years.
True.
He was playing a top team, bruv. Liverpool. Was he at Liverpool at the time of the bribes? I think he was, wasn't it?
Don't know.
But anyway, he was on the take, mate. You know what I'm saying? Anything's possible.
Oh, that was an excellent header there by Reece James. This is done. Do you know what's going to happen in this game? It's going to get to like the 88th minute and we'll score a goal. And it'll feel horrible because it's like, why are you doing it now? Why now? You know what I mean?
It's true. That's when it's worse sometimes, man. Because for those couple minutes as well, you'll look dangerous, like you could get the equaliser, and then time will just run out. Oh! Almost. Who's that man like Maguire? Need more of that, man.
Oh.
Yes.
really let himself down there. He was in no man's land.
Mate. Better.
All he needed was to hit that on target. It would have been a goal.
Probably been our best chance of the game.
Yeah.
But you see what Rudiger did? What Rudiger did, it was great. Anyone's learned to defend. Didn't foul Maguire enough, but was putting enough pressure on him to make it uneasy for him.
Yeah.
The good defenders know how to do that well. Like the bad defenders are the ones that, like John Terry, Gary Neville, Rio is great here. They'd always just lean into or push you enough where it's never going to be given as a penalty, but they push you off balance enough where you're not able to score.
That's right.
Very good there from Rudiger.
United just need to now, just everyone needs to get their tails up. Focus, man.
Need a goal, but I think if we've got any chance of turning this around, a goal by the 70th minute has to come. We have to mount something. We have to create something. That's what I'd say so far. I'd say to Chelsea so far in this second half, they've stopped United. They've really stopped United doing anything of any real measure. And you got Williams there chasing the hot ball. I get what he's trying to do, make up for that mistake, but don't do that.
Yeah.
Reserve that energy and get back. Now what happens if you've got to run against William? You're done. He's going to be knackered.
Yeah. There's still a long time to go, man. And it's only, it's only 2-0. Sometimes being 2-0 up is the worst thing. Because it's like...
Zane here says, Maguire not better than Luis. What a waste of money. Why did you get rid of Evans?
Yeah. Listen, do you know what I love about Zane? Zane puts all the... all that's going out for it. All those are the kind of passing today, and that's where everyone needs to be criticised in the United team. I've seen Pogba, I've seen Matic, I've seen Fred, I've seen Rashford, all have fairly simplistic passes to make, and they've overhit them.
Yeah.
And do you know what? That didn't lead to a goal. All the difference between Williams and that is that it led to a goal. Yeah. But the mistake's the mistake, and we've been really poor today.
Led to a goal that shouldn't have been a goal though, because the keeper should have had that all day. That's bread and butter.
That's it.
So,
it's beyond that.
It's unfortunate for the kid.
You know, like often you watch football, I could have done better, and often you couldn't. In that, honestly, the ball picked up more speed after it hit the Hayes' hand. The speed of the movement off the hand was faster than the shot towards him. But for me, De Gea's done. But like I've said, I'm not gonna. Chelsea deserve this because they've been the better team. And they've defended. So when you consider in recent weeks how poorly Chelsea have defended, they've kept Man United so quiet. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. They've been on their job, man. They've been on their job today.
100%. And I'll always give credit where credit is due.
That's a stand-up attitude, dude. You know? United have got no ideas. They've just got no ideas.
Yeah, and I think that's it. There's nothing.
You know, on the pitch they just look like we don't know how to get past this Chelsea team. We don't know how to break them down.
Yeah, we've been so good. Do you know what? It's probably our fault for bigging up the Avengers. It's nothing. But listen, sometimes you just got to give credit to your opponents. Chelsea have shut us down in every which way. They have been excellent on the ball. Yeah. They have been excellent off the ball. They've just been brilliant. And I'll always give credit where credit. And again, I won't lose my energy for the direction that we're going in. But I'll give credit for a really good display from Chelsea.
Yeah.
And you have to. Rather than doing what most Man United fans will do, is to come to the banter and be like, we're trash, Ollie this, no this. It's like, we just got outplayed today. We got outplayed today, and it happens. Because we have seen in recent weeks the best managers in the world get outplayed.
Exactly.
Outdone, outworked, outfought. So don't come to me with that nonsense. You know, especially
a lot of teams are under construction. You know, we're not at the finished level like Liverpool and Man City. We're all like Chelsea, you guys, Man United and Arsenal.
Yeah.
Like, we're under construction. And, you know, we're trying to incorporate a lot of youth into our teams. These sort of things can happen, man. You know, we're still trying to gel. And it takes time. It does take time. So, some days you can look, I hate trying to pronounce this well, discombobulated. You know, all out of sorts. know, mistakes happening all over the place. You're getting bullied. It can happen, but you know, you're on the right road. You're definitely on the right road.
But it's a yellow card, no more. It's mad if it's the only first yellow card of this game, you know.
Yeah, that is nuts. Oh,
You know, every time the ball goes at the hair now, I'm
Yeah.
nervous, and that's what I don't want. Like when
if
you
he
feel
hit that with the outside of his foot, man, yeah, you could have put the hair in some issues. But yeah, I know what you mean, man. You get nervous. Everything coming his way now.
yeah.
Jeez, Lindelof taking matters into his own hands right here. He's Surgeon Charlie's linking play up. Yeah, you get back in your role now. Guys up that side of the
Williams looks shot today, though.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh, see all that, and then Rashford gives it away. This ain't just a Williams issue. This is so many mistakes from so many people today. But it's Chelsea's shape. It's making us not have the passes. They've done so well. They've slowed us down.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they've suffocated you guys. Like,
Yeah, they have, and they've done a great job of it. They've done a great job of it.
yeah, man. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, that was lax from Aaron, man.
Yeah,
you're like, come on.
United's like for me. You know, when you see we look shocked because
Yeah.
of the way we've conceded. It's shell shock. We haven't been able to get out of it. And sometimes what it takes is a brilliant moment. It could be a goal. It could be a save. It could be a tackle. We haven't had a moment that sparks us back into life yet, and it doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon. And my fear is that it might happen, but it's going to happen in the 88th minute, and then there's no time to come back.
Yeah.
But also, Chelsea on the counter are dangerous. They could score it.
Corner. Yeah, but going back to the Aaron thing just now, you don't want to see that attitude. You want to see everybody that buzzing now, like a bee when they get on the ball and looking to make things happen.
And that's the element. And that's the element of us still needing to improve and go to that next level before anything else. And I want to see, and you know,
should be a sense of urgency when you're 2-0 down. With everything you're doing. Oh, whew. Good save.
shit.
Oh shit! It's definitely done now. 3-0 Rudiger. Yeah, man. Gotta give them credit, boy.
Yeah.
Got to give them credit. But I always feel like they haven't had to work too hard for it either.
Yeah.
I agree, man. That's heartbreaking.
I agree.
See the replay. That's why Alonso's always he's always dangerous, man. You've got to be on your A game. Get them crosses.
It's Maguire on goal.
Shit. Yeah. Oh gosh. Screw him. Shit. Ay, what can you do, man? It's it. When things ain't going your way, they really don't go your way sometimes. Mad team. That is a mad team.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yep. But
These are your worst nightmares. A performance like this today, and then a scoreline to back that up.
yeah. It's because everything that could have gone wrong today has gone wrong today.
Yeah.
David De Gea mistake, a youngster mistake, haven't created the chances. Maguire own goal, and again, Maguire own goal there. The cross put him under. Like I'm not. That wasn't like an embarrassing own goal. It just it capitulates an awful. Oh, another bad back pass. They beat. Imagine losing 4 or 5 0. It's over. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it's true. He should have shot that. I'm a bit worried now. Giroud might come gunning for us, if you excuse the pun.
Yeah. I'm just
Jeez.
done with it, man. Like it's a madness.
Yeah, man.
It's a madness.
Nothing you can do or say when in these type of games, man. It's just like it's almost like a freak occurrence almost when you have this.
See that? You see that little pass there? Just nothing quite coming off, nothing quite working, and it's a thing. But you see everyone now. See, this is why I'm disappointed with a lot of our players today. All of our heads are down.
Yeah.
And this isn't about just De Gea's mistake. And what you'll find, and I'll tell you now on socials, Maguire will get attacked because he always gets attacked. Rashford will be attacked. Bruno will be attacked because they're the ones to do it. But Pogba's come on and done nothing. Martial's come on and done nothing. You know, Lindelof's been poor. The whole team has been poor today. This is an everyone issue. This is an everyone issue. This is everybody's fault today. This isn't the manager. This isn't the formation. This is everyone's had a bad day. And we've let one mistake snowball. We've folded today. Yeah. And the annoying bit is we had so many great performances in the last 20 games. Yeah. And the one where you need it to all be good is one today, and it hasn't quite happened. The question mark now will be how do Man United bounce back? That's offside. How do you bounce back from this?
Yeah.
That's the big question. And that's my concern.
Just got to carry on. And it's like, I think they definitely got stifled by Chelsea's tactics today. And then they just was like, well, shit, man, we can't see a way in.
Yeah.
We can't see a way in.
And I sort of feel like, listen, again, there'll be a lot of reactionary people that will say, like, Lampard definitely better. Well, it's 4-1 for the season, so I'm not sitting there saying that ain't 100% the case for me. Like that ain't 100%. But and that's why United fans don't need to overreact on this. You know, it's been a bad game for every single Man United player. Some more so than others. It's been a bad day for Ollie. But you don't allow one moment to just to derail everything. And what you'll find with some people, they've been, and forget rivals. Some Man United fans have been waiting for a poor performance this whole last 6 months to have their little moment. Let them have it, because even that, like even then, that's a chance to score, and we fluff it.
Yeah.
Mad.
That's it, man.
Mad.
That is a mad thing. Jesus. Is that man like Matic? Yeah, he's got to do better.
Matt should be finishing that. Should be finishing that. It's done now. The game's over.
Yeah. The thing is, Tammy's going to be raring to go. He's going to want to get himself some glory. Hudson Odoi and Tammy Abraham. Those are two boys you don't want to see right now. When you're 3-0 down, especially, they can make the situation a whole lot worse.
Done.
Yeah. Chelsea, man, they look like they want to try and stick that fork in a bit deeper, man.
Yeah, of course. And if you're Chelsea, you want to do that. You want to send an embarrassing message. You absolutely do.
Exactly.
Like I say, United fans need to watch themselves here. Like, I get how much Lindelof and Maguire cost. Maguire ain't been bad today. Maguire, obviously, that own goal goes in, but the game's already lost by then. Those things can happen. For me, I look at everyone. I think we've got Martial, ain't done a thing. Rashford didn't do a thing. Pogba, even Pogba and Bruno, we know how good they are. They ain't done a thing.
Yeah.
So, but what is easy to do for social media is let's focus on the one or two players that the consensus don't really like, and it's easier. Why don't you criticise the best player? If you think Maguire's rubbish, then why are you even upset if he's doing a rubbish job? I'd be more worried about the players you say are world class that haven't turned up. That's where your focus should be, because they're supposedly the best.
Exactly.
If someone's rubbish, then you shouldn't be expecting anything other than a rubbish performance. But you clearly do expect more than that, and that's what's weird. That's what's very weird for me.
That's right. And then you're right. It's a team issue because I can't remember how many times you guys managed to even complete 5 passes.
Mate,
Like,
shock. It's just been
maybe once.
Yeah, and that's everyone. It hasn't just been Williams who's had. Who's been poor, who had a bad pass, or De Gea making mistakes. Everybody has. No one has been on point, and for me, that's the focus. Is everyone. I haven't seen Pogba's been on for the whole a lot of second half, not one pass, and he is our best player. Yeah. Bruno, nothing really from him today. Rashford, nothing. Martial's been on since nothing.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And anybody that can't see that and just wants to blame Williams or just wants to blame De Gea is wrong. And I'll be calling out every single person on tonight's show. Why are you not criticising our better players that didn't turn up? You don't think someone's good enough, then you don't think they're good enough. But why are you not focusing on the better players? Why didn't they play well? Why didn't they put up a pass? One, because Chelsea have been brilliant. And two, it's been a team off day today. So stop overreacting. Stop overreacting. Stop looking for a scapegoat. Stop being weak. And for me, blame the team in its entirety. And again, if Ollie ain't good enough because of this, then I want to know how he got through the last 19 games. It was the players. Well, then it's the players' fault today then as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's it.
You can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it in this world. But we'll see on the live phone-in show what man's got to say. But for me, it's like no one's been good enough. And I'm angry with every single Man United player today. Look at that pass by Pogba. Look how bad that was. That won't get picked up on, though. If a goal comes from that, who's going to call him out? No, I can't call Pogba out. I'm scared to. Because these fanboys will come for me. Idiot.
I told you, get Pogba on, it's just going to be exactly the same result because, it's Chelsea have got your number today, man.
And that's it. And that's what it comes down to today. Like, Chelsea have got us. Chelsea got us beat today.
Yeah. No one's confident going forward because they don't think they can break Chelsea down. So it's like, you're putting in these half-hearted pass attempts because you're not confident.
That's nice, Fosu Mensah.
That's more decent.
Overhit pass by Bruno there. That everyone's had a stinker. Everyone, and listen, every Man United fan, don't turn on your club tonight because you're going to get bantered. Take the banter on the chin and still know that we've got great players in this team. Still know we're moving forward. Don't say, actually, we overrated them all. Oh, no. That's what weak people do. Know where you're going. Just admit, we were bad today. That's it. Bad today. Every player bad today. Not one player has had a half-decent performance. Maybe I can't have a go at Agallo and Fosu Mensah. They ain't been on long enough.
They just come on. We can't class them sort of subs, but
no one's done anything. That's a nice little dummy by Bruno, to be fair. Penalty!
Given.
Mr. Penalty now. What did I say about late 80s? Late 80s goal.
Yeah.
That's poor from Hudson-Odoi, to be fair. That's so poor from Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah.
I don't even want the penalty. I don't even want the damn bloody thing.
Yeah, United don't deserve the pen, but get yourself.
Willie's good from pens as well,
Yeah. Let's see. He's up against Bruno.
He'll miss. He will.
Kind of
yeah. He'll miss.
Fairness.
done it.
He is good from penalties.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back! We're gonna go back!
That was a weird penalty, man.
That's how he takes him. That's how he takes him, you know. Yeah, he's very weird.
Hot man, hopped on it. Good pen though, good pen. Never know, man.
Grab a little goal back now, and then we can say scoreline wise we weren't slapped.
3-2, it was close, bruv. It was close, you know. We done well today. Yeah. Can they do it though? Can they do it? 5 minutes plus injury time. Can United pull off the mission impossible? And it's looking like that because they've been playing so bad today. I can't see it myself, man. I can't see it myself. But, you know, anything's possible in the football. But yeah, probably Chelsea will end up scoring again, to be honest. Oh, nice pass out to Alonso. Just about managed to get it under control. Passed it back to Rudiger. Passed it back to Alonso, who's knocked it out for a throw-in. So Chelsea are playing safe, you know. All they need to do is just not do anything stupid.
Mate, it's just for me. It's like we've been saying the whole time. These things just happen, man.
Yeah.
These things just happen, and what people need to do is not overreact and not, you know, we need to remain united as a fan base. That's my biggest concern. This is it now for all the negative Nellies. This is their chance now to go, right, let's have a go. Let's blame this guy. He's too slow. He's too this. But like I said,
when you've been tactically stifled, that's going to lead to mistakes, and that's going to lead to.
That was poor on Maguire.
Lack
You
of
know, Maguire's under
confidence.
pressure there. Who was giving him an outlet? Everyone was just standing still.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. It's an everybody thing.
That's it. That is exactly it. Yeah, mate.
I love the fact we've got a penalty. Everyone hates me. Give me penalties, but like, it's just a stone waller. Can't do nothing about a stone wall penalty.
That's it. Hudson-Odoi should have known better, man. He should have known better. Like, at best, at worst, he's going to be looking for a pen anyway.
Yeah.
So don't touch him. Let him have to work for the goal. Because of the whole pandemic.
Don't you love commentators? I think you can see the job that Lampard's doing, like the progression and growth. You know how many games they've lost in the last couple of weeks? I love stuff like that. Like, and that's the reaction. But that's a great comment by a commentator. I swear they get coached into doing that. That way you can trigger a few reds. It's funny because I sort of look at it and think to myself, look, he definitely progressed this season, Lampard. But anyone who thinks Chelsea are the finished article because of this one game, slow down.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing's clicked, man, today. Nothing has clicked.
No. But that's why I don't want to panic, because I think the panic is what we've done so often as Man United fans after a bad result. We just want to blame the world and everything could be rebuilt again. It doesn't work like that. You learn from this, you move on. And again, criticise everyone. Don't have your little bitchy favourites.
Yeah.
We know who's been bad today. Everyone.
That's right. That's right. Ooh. It's not like, the whole team were playing well.
That's a damn free kick or a pet. Is that a foul or is that a dive? He got the ball there. He did dive after.
Yeah.
He got the ball. I didn't think he touched the ball there, Williams, but. Yeah. See that kind of pass there. You see what I mean? Just every single time. The amount of them today. We haven't counted, but the amount of them, and it ain't just Matic.
It's been everyone.
I've seen Pogba, Bruno. Just simple passes, just not go to the right people.
Rashford. It's like
all of them.
Ridiculous.
someone put in there, Lampard masterclass today. Can't deny it. Can't deny it. Cannot deny it. Cannot deny it. And anyone who does or tries to downplay how good they've been today, honestly, it's just like my comment response is shut up. He's been brilliant. And Chelsea, as much as you want to criticise Man United, what you have to do is come on and praise Chelsea. Yeah, it works both ways. Again, I was fearful of Chelsea. I said it all along. I was fearful of them. I was backing my team, but I was fearful because Chelsea have the ability to do this to you.
Exactly. You know, on their day, they can turn a lot of big teams over.
There are a few Chelsea fans I know are going to phone the show who never come on when Chelsea lose. So unfortunately tonight you will not be allowed on when you win. Real men and women only. I think that's fair.
Well, that's fair.
When the team loses, I send you links and you never come on. Yeah. But when you win, you want to. That ain't happening.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, that's not equality.
That's right. That's fair.
So I have a few United fans that keep saying, "You never have me on." I said, "Bro, because you disappear when we lose. I want you to come on for both, or you don't come on at all."
Hey.
I got one guy that doesn't like coming on when we win because he hates Ollie. See that there?
God damn. Yeah, mate.
The area around Wembley is looking amazing now. Like the actual buildings, homes, like there used to be nothing there. It used to be just an industrial estate with nothing going on. Now it looks banging.
Market, but them flats look superb, man. Oh, really, another one. Another mistake there. Might have got away with it.
Listen, we're going to end this live stream now. We're going to get set up for the call-in show. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. We'll be back live on the Football Terrace in about 3 or 4 minutes' time. See you all in a little